Running down the avenue and blowing every dude in the city.
1K special, boys.
1K special. Hey, cheers.
Now
Vaush
it's
is
the
back.
1K special.
Oh, we gotta wait till he's ready to cheers. Oh, you have to
okay.
tighten it back up?
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a very fruity drink, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, you got to keep the cat. I got cats. They're gonna run over and knock this shit over. Yeah, all right, I'm ready.
All right, here. Clink.
Cheers, boys. 1K.
Cheers.
Hand
Clink,
over your
clink.
audience, Vaush. Give us your
Oh,
Vaush.
they're
over.
here. They're ready.
Dude, I'm shocked how many of them stick around and have been watching Cold Cuts. We keep getting like video, essays in the comments of like, I am a Vaushite. I've been enjoying this, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
We're here to ease the burden of your audience slightly.
Exactly, yeah.
They like me, so they must have bad taste.
Oh,
so
for
it makes
sure.
sense.
It's like the
Um,
Ring in Lord of the Rings. Like, if you only have them on your side for too long, you go crazy. So, yeah.
Oh,
send
they've
them
been
our
nothing
way.
but trouble for me, but I love them.
What's hey, listen, what is the story with this Twitch drama that's going on right now? I could not.
Dude, if anyone knows, I know you do because I fucking cannot make heads or
I couldn't
tails of
even,
it, bro.
I could not process it. My eyes glazed over. I was like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know what's going on. Can you shed some light on it for us?
Give us the rundown, Vaush.
Okay, I think Critical has the best video on it. All right, and I'm like sort of pulling through a hazy memory, but I'm going to try my best. Okay,
Mhm.
so basically, I think the gist of it is this. All right, so slots or like slots gambling has been a big thing on Twitch for a while, and it's the most degenerate shit in the universe. It's like historically, it's been like streamers who make 5 million a year get contracts with these slot sites or whatever, and it's like, dude, look at how much money I can get doing these slots or whatever, or like, and they're like essentially advertising like the worst thing in the world because you can't make money on slots.
Is this different than gambling money type slots, or is it the same thing? Because I remember there was a thing about like CS:GO skin slots.
Full on
Is it
the
like
same
the same
thing.
shit? Okay.
Exactly the same thing. Yeah. And they did it with the CSGO skins, and that was a huge controversy because there were people who were found to literally have like the numbers weighed in their favor
Mhm.
because they were working with the site. So it's like they had a 2% chance on a return. Everyone else had like a 0.005% chance or something. It was like mega fucked, like ethically, because you've got all these 12-year-olds watching. Anyway, the whole like slot scene is super fucked on Twitch. And apparently one of the people who does this shit, Slicker, who I always feel nervous pronouncing his name quickly. Basically he's been like in debt for a while, and he's like hitting up everyone to get money. Like he's been like DMing viewers,
Mhm.
like other streamers, literally like just fucking like random people following on Twitter. Like,
This
hey
is
man,
the bald guy with the huge beard.
yeah,
Okay,
the guy who looks
okay.
kind of like Keemstar.
Yes, but with
okay.
mega mind qualities. Yes.
Apparently he was doing sports gambling, not slots gambling. But at any rate, like I put him deep under, and he's, oh, can I have 2K, bruv? And this came to light recently, and then like he got in a bunch of shit, and then it turns out like he and his crew like covered up some like sexual assault stuff a little while ago, and like
well,
a
that's
bunch
not
of
good.
streamers were like hiding the info until it was like most useful to deploy that. You know that shit where it's like in an industry everyone has dirt on everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But nobody. Oh wait, that's a different person. That's Mizkif, not Slicker. Oh god.
Dude,
Oh my god.
I saw.
Oh my god.
He literally looks like he has caveman DNA, dude. His face like drives me insane, bro.
Who are these people?
Mizkif
I
or
don't know any
Slicker?
of these guys. What are they all famous for? Are they all political
Wait,
streamers? or
Crazy
game
Slick,
streamers?
not Mizkif, not Slicker. There are three? Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. I don't know anything about this. And
Oh,
I
are you
completely
getting
reject-
corrected in
great.
live time?
Yeah,
right
they're
now
like,
from
no,
your
they're
audience.
like, no, there are
I'm
actually
chat.
70 people involved in this. Okay, so we start our timeline back in 2017. Okay, yeah, no, fuck this.
Good God.
Whatever, dude. Streamers are horrible fucking people. It all makes sense.
It just sounds like now what I see on Twitter, it's like I didn't even know any of what you just told me, but I just see all these Twitch streamers fighting amongst each other. Like everybody's taking shots at the other one over some other shit. You're right there, big guy.
Oh yeah.
The Moscato is very strong.
Oh
What is
yeah.
that wine? I'm
It's
so
very
uncultured.
sweet. It's very sweet, is what it is. It's like candy. Whew.
It just seems like a lot of these streamers don't get along with each other, which is kind of interesting. Like, is there no sense of just like, oh, we're all in this together? We're
No,
all
they form like
streamers,
cliques.
They
There's like
hate each
little
other.
separate groups of them who are like buddy buddy. Is it Pokimane is like the king? right? She's like the queen of Twitch or whatever.
They hate each other. They genuinely they do. Behind the scenes, these people don't get along with each other at all. Because there's always like an innately competitive market, right? Like you're literally fighting for views. If you both stream at the same time, two people are literally fighting over one viewer. They can't be at both places at the same time. It's not like a YouTube video where you can just watch two videos sequentially. I think a lot of these people genuinely hate each other. And they go to these events and they collect dirt in each other, like waiting for the best opportunity to drop that shit. It's fucking psychotic. I tend not to talk to other streamers in large part because I feel like the culture is so fucked, you know?
Yeah. Are you? Do you consider yourself a Twitch streamer? Do you stream over there? You got banned for the cracker thing, right? Can I say cracker or no?
We're on YouTube. This is the land of free home of the brave.
Okay,
you can say it here.
God bless. God bless.
No, I don't. I try to avoid like even the more normie streamer stuff because I have talked to a few of them, but it's like, fuck, man, I don't know. It's so Machiavellian and they're so cutthroat. It's crazy.
I mean, I didn't want to have to wade into this so early on, and probably it's old hat for your chat, but like you were boys with Destiny for a while, and then you guys kind of had a falling out, right? Or are you guys on okay terms now?
I think we briefly touched on this, but yeah.
It was like a protracted falling out with multiple peaks of falling even faster, you know. It's kind of like tumbling down a cliffside.
Well, I remember seeing that picture
like a sheer drop
of like you and then him, and you like look like his father. I know a lot of people always post that picture.
That picture is photoshopped.
That's not real?
No, it's not. That picture had 3 people in it. My partner at the time was in between us, and Destiny's fans photoshopped my partner out so that I was hugging him. It's so.
You looked oddly intimate. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I really have my arm up in there. You know,
yeah.
I'm grabbing his fat titty. It's like, how'd that? When did that get in there?
Dude, yeah, all that shit is crazy to me, man. I mean, because every day I learn some new name that I'd never heard of before, mostly because of Yellow Swag Studios. I
feel terrible for bringing you into the Twitter
poisoning
internet
my
sphere,
mind.
dude. I feel terrible, bro.
And then Big D Destiny dude got banned from Twitter. Is that right?
Yeah, did you celebrate, or were you like somber about his Twitter?
If I celebrated, me paying attention to him would have been the best thing to happen to him that day. So no, I didn't.
A little shade. A little shade.
He has to delete his tweets like 3 times a month or something because he can't keep himself from going on this like tirade on the degeneracy of the modern left or something. I don't fucking know. It was kind of like inevitable, I guess, like a matter of time, but he'll keep getting new accounts. It won't really affect him that much, I don't think.
Well, dude, I saw he did make a new one and it was almost banned like right away. I don't know if like Twitters are like not playing anymore, or like what's going on.
The battle continues, you know. I don't fucking know. Wait, hold on. I'm committed to this shit, okay? That bottle was half full when I got it. Let me get another one. I think I have one more bottle of the stuff. Hold on.
Let's go.
My audience is yours. Good luck.
We'll manage that already.
Vaush's audience. Oh fuck, we can't see the chat. I was gonna say tell us embarrassing shit about him, but well, when he gets back, just shit on him. Just shit all over Vaush, bro.
Yeah, this episode will also be available for viewing. For your viewing pleasure.
Oh, the plug.
On
plug us,
our YouTube page afterwards. youtube.com/coldcutspod. We have another Vaush episode up there, of which I hope you guys have already seen because it's a good one.
Dude, I remember after we did that episode, someone linked me. You know how like Vaush has a Reddit page?
I did not know that.
There's like a Vaush subreddit, but someone made a post. They didn't mention you, thankfully. I think you're good on their terms, but they were like, this YOLO swag guy, like, I don't think Vaush should be talking to him.
Shady character.
I'm kind of worried. Yeah, I was like,
you should ask what Vaush thinks about that. I'm sure he's good.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hey, Vaush, do you ever get heat for associating with YOLO Swag Studios? Like, does your audience ever warn you about him being a shady character?
It's happened a few times, but whatever. You probably get more shit than I do, right? There's no way this isn't going to be more of a reciprocal thing, right? Like, you guys got along with Vaush, you know, that fucking pedophile.
I texted an ex the other day because she was like, she hates you so much. She saw we did the episode and was like, he's racist and sexist. Like, how dare you talk to him? And then like,
hey, you're racist and sexist. What the hell? What's this double
only
standard?
Ironically. But yeah, I was blown away, dude. It's so funny that you get that level of hate in terms of that, and then the other side is like, he's a pussy. He's not racist enough. Blah blah blah. Like,
hate being canceled.
The only negative thing I can bring up about you in
Oh,
my
boy.
opinion, is can you hit us with that phrase? What did you say that one day when you were tired? It was so fucking stupid. You're like, I'm beset with tiredness. What was it?
Oh, it's admittedly I'm beset by tiredness. Okay,
Dude,
this is
holy
in my
shit.
in my
Holy
defense, I
shit.
am a fucking retard. Because it's people think it's me being pretentious, but I swear to God, it's not that. If you can't find a direct way of saying something, it's not because you're pretentious, it's because you're stupid. Well, I was tired, so I was like, how do I construct this sentence? And I got like the 70 IQ like dumb man, smart man answer.
No,
You
I
know?
felt like you were trying
That's
to
good.
score like a triple word score on Scrabble or something, bro. I was just like, what the fuck?
I
Dude, how many
I wish
bottles
it
of
was
these
making-
limited edition
I know,
Moscatos do you have, bro?
Do you have like a mini fridge just to the right of your little
No,
computer screen there?
I got like a $500 crate of them like 6 months ago. I actually have 4
Jesus
more.
Christ.
That's classic, man.
Whoever's
my family-
donating to Vaush money, donate it to us. We need it. We don't have any Moscato. I'm drinking like
No,
garbage right now.
That's
all right.
probably true.
Beautiful
Um,
Open up your
pour.
wallets, guys.
Beautiful pour.
Vosh,
Um,
you're at the point now. You're at the level of fame that people recognize you in public, right?
Do you like
Sometimes.
that shit, or are you like, oh no?
Oh, dude, it feels great. Are you kidding? It's so nice. It's always a positive experience. The last time this happened that I remember, I think there's been like some minor things, but the last time it was actually like a real interaction, my folks were visiting and we had just gotten out of the restaurant. We'd had this British pub and we walked out. And while I'm walking out, I hear, "Excuse me." And there's this guy behind me, this big, like 50-year-old or something, you know? And I'm thinking, like, and he's like, "Are you Vaush?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh,
And then he
God.
turns to the side, and this tiny kid behind him is like, "My son's a fan of yours." And his kid is like quivering as he's like, "Oh, hi, big fan." And like I shake his hand, and like, you know, we take a photo together, whatever. It was really cute, you know, but it's like it's very unnerving to be approached like that in public. My parents are just watching behind me, like, you know.
Oh, that's
Yeah, has
funny.
anyone ever tried to like attack you or like, yo, you're a bitch, Vaush? Like, you ever get like yelled at?
Nah, it's never happened. One time I was
Well, you're a big dude, right?
I'm a pretty big guy, yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like yeah, I don't know how much that influences it or how much like it's keyboard warrior shit, like people are way more loud online. But one time I was walking down the street and some guy on a bike pulled up next to me and said something like, "You give leftists a bad name." But that's it. That's literally the only negative. That's literally it. Every other interaction's been positive. So it's a pretty good record.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's I can't even imagine saying that sentence. That is
I
so
know. You just
embarrassing,
left
dude.
us a bad
It
name.
was on a bike too. I didn't even see their face, so I have to assume it was like the soy jack, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that coming out of any other orifice.
When we had you on the first time, right before we had you on that evening, I was with a buddy who's terminally online and he's lefty and loves reading about like political stuff online. And I was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, like, you know, I'm about to hop on podcast later with this guy Vaush. Do you know him?" And he had like it's like the perfect catch-all. He was just like, "Oh yeah, dude, that guy's a crackhead." That's what he said. Like,
Oh, that's a
and
new
I
one
was
for
like,
me.
"Oh, okay, cool." It's like
Happy to
I-
emanate that energy as
I'm
well.
not sure if he meant it in a good way or a bad way, but take that as you
I
will.
feel like that's a positive nowadays. Like the crackhead energy.
That
That's like a
feels-
good thing.
Yeah, positive, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like when they say like, you know, everyone wants a schizo GF. Like they mean it positively. They're like, "Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm completely here for it." I don't know what the negative association would be these days. On Twitter, I feel like you can say some heinous shit about people, but like as a compliment, you know? It's like that goblin mode type
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
Goblin
goblin
mode.
mode. looking for my like schizo unemployed BF with whose room is buried under 2 feet of like discarded food products, and people are saying this sincerely with like, you know, love in their eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking know. People are weird.
I
for
started
sure.
saying goblin mode as one of those, you know, when you start saying something kind of like ironically, and then you start saying it so much that it just fully becomes
Dude, that was me with typing LOL. It like was totally
Yeah.
ironic, and now it's like LOL. Like every
LOL.
sentence I ended with that. It's like a period.
I
Same with
started
me and
doing that.
Lamau, yeah. It
Yeah,
seeps in.
Lamau.
It really
I
it
totally
fucking
do
infects
Lamau.
you, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I almost said LMAO in public yesterday, like out loud, and I was like, I should kill myself. That is
Dude.
so fucking embarrassing, dude.
You ever
Well,
said
I-
poggers in public?
No, dude, never.
It feels
I would
so
end
good.
everything.
I would
No,
never,
it feels so. You have
I
to let
would
go.
never.
Okay, destroy the part of you that feels the cringe, not the part
Oh
of you that
yeah,
is
I
cringe.
saw that shoe on head post. I saw that shoe on head post.
Yeah, it's fucking true as well. You can just be in any social, like, just go to 7-Eleven at like 1 in the morning or something to get like a Reese's peanut butter cup or something, and then like the transaction concludes, thank you, that was very poggers, and then walk away. And if you can avoid the like innate cringe response, you'll never feel more free. Like that's the freest you'll have ever felt in your whole
Dude.
life. Just
Feels like
walk
the scene in
away.
Fight Club where he's giving him tips on like how to be a man or whatever. Like, go start a fight, but it's like go out and say poggers,
Poggers.
unironically.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
It'll make you man up, bro. Dude,
Uh,
I gotta say, I think I mentioned this last time, but I know a lot of when they're making fun of Vaush, it's like he's a fat fuck, but your weight loss journey looks like it's going swell.
You're looking very svelte.
You're looking svelte, very
Thanks.
svelte.
It's this isn't going to help. Yeah, it's all fat dick now. I'm afraid it's tragic.
What'd you
I just
say?
can't.
It's a fat
all,
dick.
All fat dick now. I just can't drop that weight. It's crazy.
Oh, word. Yeah, of course. I had to get a reduction last year.
I don't. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of one. It's still true though, because spiritually I'm still a fat ass. I have no self-control when it comes to eating if I'm at like a restaurant or whatever. So like psychically I still embed, the trait is still there.
Yeah. Dude,
I mean,
I'm the
what's
same way.
inside?
It's hard to fight that, bro. The love of food. I just
fucking
downed like
delicious.
a whole 7-Eleven pizza yesterday. I feel like I'm like dying right now.
Dude, I just
They're
yeah.
so good, bro. Dude, Vaush has got a little sweetie boy laugh. I like that. Just for
I'm
giggles.
just happy to be here, Now, and also I'm past tipsy now.
Already?
Good. That was
takes me-
quick.
When I was in college, I could drink a lot, but I drank so much so often that I grow alcohol intolerant, and I couldn't drink for years after. And now I can drink again, but I get drunk in no time at all. One cocktail is enough to make me drunk. So
That's
We're,
good.
we're gonna
That's
get
a
an
good
N
thing.
word in this episode. I'm feeling
That's
it.
good. No,
I'm
no,
feeling
no.
it,
Don't
baby.
even. Don't speak
We'll
it
trick
into
him. We'll
existence.
trick him.
one beer, Andy. Yeah.
Um, Well, while we're on the topic of just other Twitch streamers, I was just curious. I'm really not trying to like stir up
Harris
all
is
this
over here
old
trying to
shit.
start shit, bro.
No,
Let's
no,
go.
no,
Let's
I
fucking
get
get
it.
in
How
the
do you
muck,
feel about
bro.
this guy? Can you commit to a statement on this person?
All right,
you're
I'll-
you're like the kid from like Recess, like the guy.
Oh
with the
yeah,
notebook.
Randall. Randall.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking hate
You
it.
know
bro.
what? I don't want that. I don't want that to
No,
be
no,
the
no.
vibe.
Tell me,
so
it's fine. Yeah, I'm open about all of it. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just curious because you brought it up last time and we didn't. I don't think we talked about why. But why does Hassan have you blocked on Twitter? Well, how did that happen?
He doesn't wait. He doesn't have me blocked on Twitter. He just on his Twitch, like his mods auto block like everything. Like his community like is oriented towards like barring me out.
Were you guys beat? Are you not left enough for him? What's like the big? Why are
Okay.
you the boogeyman for them?
So the problem, okay, I don't really dislike Hassan at all. I think he's pretty funny and a cool guy. The problem is like he's very emotional, and he also wants to be like an e-boy more than anything. He is an e-boy, but he wants to keep being one, and nothing's
How
gonna
old
stop
is
him.
he?
He's like 31, I think.
He's a little
He's
too old to be
older
an
than me.
e-boy. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
once
the
you hit
E-man.
28, yes, he's
An
an e-man.
E-man.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to be an e-man or an e-guy,
Uh-huh.
if you will.
Sure.
And he I feel like there are some like aesthetic hills that you don't want to die on, right? The main thing, the most recent thing is like with the Ukraine war and shit, like he was saying some shit I thought was pretty irresponsible, My community was calling him out in my subreddit and stuff, right? Because he was saying some pretty bad stuff. He's a really big figure,
Mhm.
And he DM'd me asking me to tell my community to not shit talk him. Meanwhile, if you say anything positive about me in his chat, you get banned. So it's like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, what the hell?
I just think it's like, I think he just wants to like cultivate like a very consistent and very uncontroversial sort of like fan base, because that's how you get really big, right? And in my case, since I just sort of dredge controversy like along my foot the way you would like toilet paper after you get out of the bathroom, maybe he's kind of half off with that or whatever. Anyway, like I think he's a cool guy or whatever. It's just, man, his mod team fucking hates me though. They'll ban you in an instant for defending me.
Do you think he has anything to do with that, or it's just the mods?
My guess is that he probably wishes they would be lighter on it, but he also knows that trying to force a cultural change with the mods would be more trouble than it's worth. Like the benefit he would get maybe wouldn't be worth like the
So he's a coward.
the uproot. Well,
He's
maybe.
a coward.
Well, he's an emotional boy. He's a sensitive, soft being.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Exactly.
I think it's interesting what you said, that he's like trying to cultivate a like an audience that's like non-controversial, right? Like kind of you didn't say middle of the road, but that's kind of what it like reads like in my head a
Big
little
tent.
bit.
You
Yeah,
got to pull in a lot of people because lefties will tear your throat out over
but
any disagreement.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because I actually feel like I almost disagree with you because I almost feel like when you put out shit that it not you specifically, but just in general, like when people put out shit that is controversial and crazy, that's how you get big these days. Like now the people that are saying the most outlandish shit are the ones that are get like have this like insanely
Well,
rapid rise.
not to now to disagree with both of you. I feel like that's not even working anymore because I know that Sneeko guy was like rising up because he was saying that, but I think they just like yopped him
Oh, really?
completely kind of on YouTube. And then even to a lesser extent, the that Salvo Pancakes guy who came to the Deaf Noodle show and was like trying to cause controversy and shit. His shit just got
Yeah,
nuked on YouTube too. But
I yeah.
apparently he was doing like a gambling show and that's like not allowed. So I don't even know if it was because he was being like controversial or whatever.
I think some types of controversy are better to go down than others, right? The easiest type of controversy to profit from, especially on Twitch, is this like interminable semi-manufactured beefing, right? Like there are so many people in the Twitch just chatting scene who will beef with each other like constantly or manufacture or farm drama. And like even if the drama's sincere, it's understood to be kind of like a transactional thing with them. So you get big off the engagement, but it's not a real like hard feelings kind of deal. Unfortunately, leftists, because they have no fucking sense of humor and no ability to moderate discourse, if you disagree with something, like they'll instantly go to like you're an enemy of the revolution, right? Which is a problem that I fucking have with a lot of these people, you know. I don't
Dude,
know.
I was shocked when you commented on that comic that I said the word retarded, and you were like, "I like that it says the word retarded," and I was like, "Oh, I feel like Vaush's audience is not gonna be happy about
Wait,
that."
which
big
one?
wig.
Which one was that?
I
moving
don't
over
even
on it.
remember what fucking comic it was, but it was like 2 or 3 months ago. But I'm assuming you got ripped a little bit on that, but me no.
The problem that I have, right, is that I feel like a lot of people look for signals of problematic behavior over problematic behavior itself, right? So there are lefties who will disregard like progressive messaging if it comes out through an edgy sort of like style. Like a good example of this would be George Carlin, right? Like George Carlin, obviously a progressive guy, you know, but like I feel like a lot of people on the left who view him today do so with a kind of like, oh well, it was the 90s, like meant like sort of mental filter. But if he existed today, he'd still be great, you know, in my opinion at least. But a lot of lefties I feel like could be like, oh well, you know, he's still problematic, and it's like, I don't know, shut the fuck up, please. Not everyone can sanitize their language or wants to as much as you. So if you like instantly preclude anyone who acts that way, you make it really fucking difficult to build any kind of tent. Hassan gets this because he is kind of irreverent and edgy, like within the limit, because there is the limit if you want to be a left creator.
Is he edgy?
Compared to a lot, oh fuck, if you do a watch tour, go on like breadtube or something and watch some videos from like bisexual lighting, like trans girls talking about media critique or something, and you will immediately understand that compared to a lot of these fucking people, Hassan is like a you know, a fucking Al-Qaeda member for how edgy he is. He's like a goddamn ISIS insurgent.
You know that you know that video,
it's not good.
you know that video of the I feel, did I even bring this up on the last podcast that we had together? I don't know, it maybe came up, but it's like the it's like some meeting of like leftist minds, and it's in some like community center, and it's just a compilation of people coming up to the mic and they're like, guys, you're speaking like really loud.
Oh
like
yes,
there's some people who don't
DSA.
like loud.
That was
you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, DSA like 2019 or some shit. That
it's
was
like
insane.
dude, it's literally like a 20-minute video compilation of just people coming up to the mic and just like saying some snowflake ass shit. Like it's like,
Bro,
what is this?
you just
like,
got
what
canceled
is
with
I'm
Vaush's
just
audience.
saying, like, I'm like, what are you guys
That
doing?
was
What was the point of this meeting? Like,
especially bad. I feel like, okay, I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but I feel like for a lot of people, social justice is really just the political legitimization of narcissism. Everybody wants to be paid attention to, right? Like not everyone, but a lot of people, right? Like everyone does. I like being paid attention to, but you know, it's difficult to get people to pay attention to you because people's attention is limited and fractured. You have to give them a reason. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, they weaponize social justice rhetoric as a way of like attracting attention to them, because the implication then is that if you don't pay attention, you know, you're like you're politically bad, like you're morally wrong not to do so. You're making a higher appeal. And that's what I think the DSA thing was, that, right? It's like, okay, I don't want you all to clap too loud because I'm a bitch. But now it's not just me complaining. Like, actually, you're the one who's wrong for not listening to me. Like, you're
Right,
the one who has
yes.
the impetus to change. And that shit's like really fucking toxic.
So you're saying all leftists are narcissists? That's what the point you're trying to get to.
At least half of them, for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
don't know. It does feel also like there's this new wave of because the left used to get criticized for just to clarify for Vaush's audience, but I'm left, like I'm with the shits, all right. I'm not trying to like I'm just saying like but
Okay.
it does feel like there was a period. Oh, we lost him. There does
ADD. Vaush is ADD.
it does feel like there was a period of time where there was the right used to criticize the left. Oh, look at that.
I fucking love the Sphinx cat, dude.
Dude,
She walked by.
So
she's
fresh.
so naked.
Mrs.
Oh
Meow.
my God.
What's her name? Chicken?
Pigeon.
Pigeon.
But we call her
okay.
chicken.
Oh, you do call okay. I was kind of
She
right.
looks like
Fuck
an
it.
uncooked chicken.
Dude, Harris, are you a lefty? Because I remember a few podcasts ago you were saying, where did white people go in commercials? They seem to get rid of white people in commercials.
No, I didn't realize that was like a partisan issue.
Dude,
I
as
just-
soon as you said that, I was like, uh-oh.
Oh.
I was like, oh,
True, though.
this could cause problems.
well,
with
no,
people.
but my comment on that, I should have just denied right now that I said that at all because it was not
White
a good
genocide in
retroactively
the
edit it.
Chef
But-
Boyardee
but-
advertising meetings.
My point is that if I were non-white, I would
Combing your beard casually.
I
It
would
had a
just-
little lick in it. It had like a fucking thing.
I would see all these commercials that like that are just it's so obvious to me that it's like, oh, this is just big corporate America like trying to pander, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
This is
make
not
money.
actually this is not
100%.
solving any racial issues for us. Like this was a non-issue. Maybe it
we're
was
s-
an issue, but
We're seeing this literally right now because Facebook, Meta, advertises itself as like a progressive modern tech company. And literally right now, they are shutting down on Facebook protests happening in Iran with the hijab protests. Like they're blacklisting like tags and stuff like
The
that.
actual
Hmm.
protest or there's like VR protest?
No, like all the protesters like uploading to social media and shit. And they're like doing everything they can to like cut out the internet, basically. Snapchat,
Oh, word.
Instagram, and Facebook are all doing the same thing. And it's
Hmm.
like, you can claim to be a feminist over here in the West, but like if the fucking Ayatollah tells you like, hey, get these stupid bitches to stop posting like videos of them taking off their hijab and burning them, they'll do it. So like fucking what, like they're bitches to whatever.
That shit was always weird to me,
do.
bro, because I grew up in Saudi and it was like as soon as you left the campus, my mom had to put a hijab on. There were kids who like left the campus and had like dyed hair in Matawa, which is like it's like the Islamic version of a priest almost, except you wield a lot of power. You can like command the cops, but they would literally take
Jesus.
kids and buzz their hair. Sometimes like they would do some
Jeez.
crazy shit. I remember my mom tried to leave campus once because they had like just moved there to Saudi and they forgot that like women can't drive, and like she tried to leave campus and the police were like made a huge deal about it and were like, yo, you what the fuck, you think you can drive out here, like what the fuck? Dude, I remember the reasoning behind that was always so funny. It was something about how they said if women driving it would affect their reproductive organs.
No, it's always some shit like that. It's like the
What?
vibrations of the yeah, it'll like quiver your eggs out of alignment or some shit. They're fucking insane
What
because it
the
always
hell,
has to go
dude?
back to some trad shit or whatever, right? Like they can never just say like, yeah, we don't like women, like don't give them power or whatever. They always have to paternalistically pretend that it's part of some like broader agenda.
To be fair,
protecting-
bro.
Oh,
To
God,
be
here we
fair,
go.
and I
Here
know
we go.
dude,
Here comes the yellow swag.
not
take.
not sexism, not sexism. This is simply because women didn't have the chance to drive, so they didn't know how. I know it, but anytime a Saudi type guy would move into campus, because he would be like a teacher for Arabic or something, the wife was allowed to drive on campus. Never having driven before, I remember 3 or 4 incidents where like a woman was just backing out of her driveway, ran over a kid,
Oh, Jesus
drove off,
Christ.
or like one time some woman just drove into a stop sign. Like the worst accidents ever, bro. But dude, I'm not even being like
Girl
yeah,
boss.
women
Yeah.
can't, girl boss, women can't drive. It was definitely just because like they didn't fucking have the experience or whatever.
Yeah,
But
or also because of like
whew.
nerves. Like that lady probably hit the kid and was like, "Well, it was either him or me. I'm not gonna get stoned to death for this. I'm fucking
well,
like I'm
I'll
out of here."
speeds
Yeah,
off. Yeah.
yeah.
I can't imagine. Even though I do enjoy partaking in drunk driving, I cannot lie. But I can't imagine
should
hitting
not
someone
admit.
and going, well, fucking like driving
Just
off. Like
pulling
that's
off.
so fucked, dude.
Yeah,
Like not
it's
even
crazy.
checking if they're okay or whatever. Like that's like scumbag behavior.
It's got to be like mega. I feel like the most human response for a hit and run is you hit them and then instantly you're going 90, and then like a quarter mile down the road you stop, and in shame you reverse all the way back, because like it was just lizard brain taking over after the hit,
Right,
and then you're like,
yes.
fuck, and then you like, right, and you're like thinking like, does this count as a hit and run? Probably not, right? I went back, right, but you don't
I
know.
hit and ran back. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it's, yeah, that's
I
what it's
hit and then
called.
did a long U-turn back to the
Yes.
back to the scene of the crime.
Totally
Dude,
allowed.
I have a this is not a personal story, but this is something that happened to a friend of mine. I can't give too many details about it because he got into
Uh-oh.
trouble
Oh.
for it. He
Uh-oh.
was in the car. There were some other factors included in this story, but he was in the car with like a group of friends, and a girl was driving and was speeding like crazy down the highway. Like I think was driving like some insane mode. And at one point, like tried swerving or moving into the next lane, but was moving so fast that the car did a full 360
Oh,
like
bro.
on the highway in the dead of night with like no one around. And like she like stopped the car and was like, "Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And she was like, "Okay." Didn't get it pulled over, and then just started speeding again, and like 5 miles later got pulled over.
You said this
No
was
lessons
you said
learned.
this was a female driver?
This was yeah, it was a
I'm just
female
pointing that
driver.
out. I'm not saying
It was
anything.
a-
I'm just pointing it out.
It was
Just
a bit,
asking
but
questions.
I believe she was under the influence, and I don't think it was. I don't think she was under the influence of just alcohol. I think there was some.
Dude, Daphne gets
Something
so
going
mad when
on.
we're on the highway and someone's driving terribly, and we're like, we can't see who's the driver is, but I go, I bet you that's a woman. And she's like, shut up, shut up. And then we'll pull up and it's a chick, and she's, dude, always just like
God
wants to kill
saves.
me, dude.
God
Oh my
saves his
God.
most violent traffic stops for his drunkest drivers. It's
So-
you're the greatest warriors of Christ.
God bless.
Keep the a 44 in the glove compartment.
Oh yeah, always. Dude, I don't know
my-
if you want to give your viewers a heads up, but we are on the cheap version of Zoom, so we have 5 minutes left. But I will
fuck,
send you a
that's
new
right.
link. Is that gonna fuck your stream up?
Not
Or
at
you-
all.
you'll
It's
just be on
called-
your own.
It's
Okay.
proletarian Zoom, actually.
Oh,
So they'll
Excellent.
appreciate you're not giving money to the corpos.
Excellent,
Before
yes.
it cuts off. Okay, yeah. God saves his greatest trials, drunkest drivers, whatever. Have either of you ever been in like a proper car accident?
I have never been. Oh, I can't even say that anymore because last month I drove off. Stupidest thing I've ever done. I drove off with the gas thing still in my car and completely ripped it. Dude, gas was flying everywhere, and I was
What
just
the
like,
fuck?
Dude,
How?
but the gas station owner was like, everyone always drives away when this happens. Thank you for coming in. I was like, no problem, bro. I'm a hero.
You forgot to mention the part that you were 4 Heinekens deep, like
Yeah,
at that
yeah,
point or
hey,
something.
hey.
You did the
no,
return. You did the hit and return.
Hit and return, bro.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm a hero.
I'm almost afraid to share this story, but I have been in like a proper car accident before, but I wasn't driving. Do you know who was driving?
Who was
Girlfriend?
A woman. It was a girl that was driving, but everybody was okay, but it was I was actually sitting in the back seat and we were driving, and this girl was like, you know when you're in the car, you're driving passenger with somebody and you're like, oh, this person is driving like this person
Clutching the
needs to
seat,
slow this shit down. Like,
sweating,
it's really
yeah.
bad. Yeah. I was sitting in the back and kind of getting that feeling like, wow, this girl's driving like way too fast. And then at one point, I wasn't paying attention about why, but she rear-ended the car in front of her. That rear-ended the car in front of her, and that car rear-ended the car in front of them. So
Bro,
it was
the domino.
it was a 4-car accident. And it was I was in the back seat, and then another one of my buddies was sitting in the shotgun, and she immediately hit the car and was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," and got out of the car. And me and my buddy just looked right at each other, and we were like, "Bro, this bitch was driving crazy. Like, what the fuck was that? But luckily, everybody was okay. Her car was fucked though.
It
It was
You
bad.
ever
for
hit
me,
anyone, Vosh? You ever run
I
over any Republicans?
I have not to my knowledge. I haven't. I have gotten in one really bad car accident where the car was being driven by a trans woman. So that's an affirmation of gender theory, if anything. You know, that's
Good
right
for
there.
her.
Yeah,
Good
no,
for
Terrible
her.
exactly.
Yeah.
driver.
Good for gender euphoria right there. We she I don't think she ran the red light. I think the other guy was in the wrong. It was like a close situation or whatever. But basically we got T-boned at an intersection so hard the other van flipped and we got curled around a
Holy
telephone
shit.
post or like a street light.
Oh, bro, did
Um
anyone get injured?
well, actually, we were all basically fine, which was basically like divine luck.
Based.
Because I was on the side, the car like crumpled into me just enough that I got like a little ding on my ribs, but an inch more and I wouldn't have had those ribs. So super
Jeez.
fucking lucky.
You could have been able to suck your own dick though if you
I can suck
did
my own
lose your
dick.
ribs. Can you
I already-
actually?
Yeah, I did it in high school. I don't do it now.
What?
I'm
Dude,
not
there was a
fucking
kid in high
16.
school I was friends with who could do it, and I remember like at a sleepover we were all hanging out, and he was like, "You guys want to see something cool?" And just starting sucking his own dick, dude. It was literally like that meme where the guy's like, "I can piss really hard," he does it, and everyone was just like, "Dude, what the fuck?" are
No,
you
What the
like
hell is
he's just
going
like
on?
want to see something, and it's just dead silence. He jerks
Dude,
himself
literally,
hard. It starts to
literally,
get
dude. It was like, what the fuck? Why did you think we wanted to see this? I wanted to play Halo
I love he was
multiplayer,
just like,
bro.
you want to see something cool? That's such a good way to preface like some sociopathic
I
shit you're about
guess,
to do.
dude. I guess.
Yeah, it's future signs of a sociopath. It's torturing cats and also forcing your friends to watch you suck your own dick at a
Yes.
sleepover.
Yes.
Those are like the two
Right
big
up
things
there.
psychologists look out
100%.
for. Yeah.
You know what's funny, Vosh? Your story about how like you were within an inch of losing your ribs and being able to suck your own dick.
even
It's like,
better. You know,
it's like Final Destination. You know how Final Destination is like you're like they avoided death, so then it like came after them. It's like
Uh-huh.
you avoided losing that rib, so now like you
yeah,
will
yeah.
lose
It's
that
like the
rib.
universe is like
You-
pre-oriented. Like you will come in your own mouth. You know, you can't stop it from happening. I think this thing's
God.
gonna cut out like any second.
We're gonna have some good
Yes.
clips for this episode. What's everyone's favorite slur? Let me hit that. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Where is Azerbaijan? I know where Azerbaijan is now because they're doing an invasion, which is super gay of them.
Oh well, that's a whole separate topic. But I was gonna say what I've seen is that when you play it, it like Google Street View drops you in the street, and you'll just
Oh,
be
yeah.
you'll be looking at like a branch in a building, and it's like, where do you think you are? And you're like, Malaysia.
I'm too
And then-
small-minded for those types of quizzes. For me,
It's
the equivalent,
insane.
I'm low IQ. It's like, are these breasts real or not? And you have to like guess like if they're implants or not.
That kind of autism gets bitches incredibly wet. Okay, it's like the schizo guy thing. If you have a girl over and you're like, want to see me guess what country a picture is taken from based on the soil texture, and you get it like 10 times right in a row, like you're not gonna fuck after that.
I don't know, bro. I'm disappointed you haven't hooked up with Shoe on Head. I feel like if that was true, you guys would be smooching or whatever.
Shua had shacked up right now, actually.
I know, big Republican guy.
Yeah, well, I
Republican
could
guy.
never compete with a Republican when it comes to Shu's crypto-fascist political views. So
Of
I was
course.
doomed from the start, obviously.
Of course.
Damn,
of course.
Bosh, do you just like do you enjoy having beef with all these other Twitch streamers? Do you
No,
just
no,
wanna,
they're
like-
they're like semi-friends.
No, Shu and I are good friends. I like Shu a lot. Shu's very
Yeah.
funny and a good friend. But for everyone else, man, the difference is like beef with lefty streamers and YouTubers is different because they're massive fucking pussies and they're very conflict averse by default. So all of it is cry bullying. So 98% of the time, my beef with them takes the form of like me just living my life, doing my shit. And every once in a while, they'll take some like passive aggressive half shot at me. Like, if only our space was free of the reactionary tendencies of the debate or some shit like that, you know? And then you make fun of them or like tear into that. And they spend the next 6 months crying over it. There
Dude,
was this. Oh,
I
sorry. No,
saw
please,
you-
please.
No, you're good. I step over everyone, but I remember when I was like doing research when you first agreed to talk to me before I was even linked up with Harris again. But I was like, I got to do research. I forget what guy it was. I want to say his name was like Noah. But he was like shit talking you so much, so you did a debate with him, and then anytime you countered him or was like, "Dude, you're wrong," he just got so sheepish and was like, "Well, I don't quite agree with that," and I was just like, "Dude, come on."
People don't appreciate how
each other.
difficult it is to defend your positions in a live format, you know?
Oh,
Actually
dude.
properly arguing it. It's a fucking skill. And a lot of them don't respect that skill because they imagine politics as some kind of abstract ideological value, as opposed to what it is, which is a materialist communicative value. So they forgo that, and then they actually have disagreements. And the moment it actually comes to figurative blows, they get all finagly about it, you know?
Dude, I will say though, because dude, I agree with you. I think I'm sure a lot of the lefty types you deal with are kind of puss mode. But when I was like more in the right wing space, I was shocked to see how many of them were kind of puss mode too. Because like I was always like, anytime I would make a joke about someone, it was like, dude, they're on our side. You can't joke about that. Like what the? They would get like super offended, and I was like, dude, you just called Obama the N-word, like, and you're mad someone said you were like slightly cringe or whatever.
Nah, that's how it works though. They're like, oh,
Harris
we have a
just
thick
died.
skin. Ah, shit.
He'll be
Well,
back. He'll be back.
That's how they are though. They're like, oh, we've got a thick skin. No, you fucking don't. You have a thick skin about being racist to other groups of people, not about your own shit, you know? And for them, it's just a lack of consistency. You make jokes about white people or whatever. A lot of people on the right lose their shit. They get so fucking mad, you know? Like, you can be like 1/64th black or something and make a joke about white people and jumping, and they'll be like seething about like, oh yeah, well, how about when that N-word fucked your great. It's
Dude.
like, Jesus Christ.
I have,
You know?
that stupid Woody Allen movie, White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah.
Anytime I wear that shirt, bro, the amount of dudes, I wore it in Vegas one night and like 20 guys stopped me and were like, dude, you really think that? Like, I'll jump right now. And they start jumping, and I'm like, dude, it's a fucking movie. I'm not making a big political statement.
It's like guys, it's like how fucking emotional guys are. And guys are crazy emotional, by the way. If you fuck men, like, you'll know. Like, these are like, if you're around them, really, you know. And like, you can say anything, you know. If you say women are emotional, like, a lot of women will just be like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you know. But if you say like guys are emotional, they'll be like, no, I'm not, and they'll have like a panic attack in front of you, and it's like, holy shit, just please
Relax. Just relax.
can we fucking relax? People in general are really bad when it comes to like taking jokes, legitimate jokes, because I don't like it when people fake jokes, right? So like the racists or whatever, like they'll be like, oh yeah, Obama watermelon, you know, and like they're saying some retarded shit or whatever, but you know, like in actuality,
the way you
they
said
really
it was
are
just
racist.
funny.
That was kind of funny.
You said it kind of funny. That was like not a good example.
Someone
'cause it
clip
was
that.
kind of
Someone clip that.
Yeah.
So I'm overselling but you know what I mean, right? Because like in reality, like they actually are fucking racist. So they do actually care. The joke is just a way for them to like play Schrodinger's dipshit.
Dude,
I'm so
they
sorry.
were doing
I'm
that
really
shit
drunk
with.
right now.
No, you're good, bro. Have a little bit of water. Don't let us get you too tanked. I do want to
No,
hear. I do want to
get
hear a
more
tactical
tank.
N-word, but
tank.
Sorry, I'm getting more water.
dude, people were doing that shit with the Schrodinger shit with the Little Mermaid shit. When I posted that comic, they were like arguing about it,
Dude.
and it started being like, well, okay, but like, dude, how could a black person even exist underwater because of science? Like, because like the sunlight wouldn't go down, and it was
That's
just like, it's
what
a mermaid.
It's like, shut the fuck, like, because like, okay, the only reason you could really be mad about this shit, because you don't want like a black chick being the mermaid or whatever, just fucking own that. But they're like, actually, if you think about it, logically, mermaids would have Caucasoid skin type. What the fuck are you talking about? Just own the shit you
Just
believe.
own it. Just own it. But
God.
The only semi-funny take I saw when people were trying to be dicks was like, it wasn't when they were like, black people can't exist underwater. It was just someone going like, but black people can't swim. And I was just like, oh, all right, okay.
The funniest fucking joke that I saw from the entire Fallout was some black woman quote tweeting the drama saying something like, the fuck y'all think's going to happen after you throw so many of us in the water? Because they got tossed off the ships in the transatlantic slave trade.
Yes.
That was funny as fuck. And that's self-debasing. The joke is like, he killed so many of us. Fucking one of us learned to swim. You know what? That's funny. But like the white people were, not all white people, I'm white, you know, whatever. The right wing or whatever was seething at that too. So it's like, fuck, man. Like nobody actually gives a shit about comedy. In reality, everyone just gives a shit about pushing their own fucking political views. And the comedy is like this
tough
side
out here for
convenient
comedians, bro. I feel like Harris and me and you to an extent, we're like firefighters. You know what I mean? We're like running into a burning building to tell
Freedom
jokes.
God.
People don't appreciate it, dog. They don't
Well,
get it.
we were just talking about it in the last pod. I was reading the Wikipedia page for this Little Mermaid movie, and apparently they did a survey of like several thousand Americans. Like they went around and they were like, hey, like, did you hear that Disney is remaking the Little Mermaid movie, but they cast a black girl in the part of Ariel? Like, what do you think about that? and like 90% of the people replied, and they were just like, word, oh, okay, like cool,
Who
like
gives
just
a
like
shit? Yeah.
like
Who gives? Yeah, it's a
like
fucking Disney
literally
remake. Who gives a shit?
no opinion whatsoever. You know what I mean? And it's like, but you log on Twitter and you'd think that like literally we're in a civil war right now in America. Like people are like
That's
shooting
the
each
most
other
frustrating
over this
thing.
shit.
Dude,
None of this shit matters. All that go woke, go broke shit over movies that end up making 1.8 billion at the box office anyway. It does not fucking matter. People are gonna see the Disney remix because it's Disney. They have a fucking cultural hegemon. Like there's no
Yeah.
it's like and we just scream about it online, and it's like this infinite cycle. It's like a Sisyphusian task. Like black people made it into a movie. Now we get to argue over whether or not that makes the movie bad. The movie is bad, but not because of the black person, and then it makes 12 billion at the box office anyway. Every fucking time, and we never get to escape. We die here.
dude, and the
We
funny
die
thing is,
here.
I was seeing a bunch of delusional people who were upset that she was black, and they were like, dude, normies are waking up. Like, they're pissed about this. Like, society has had enough. And then, like, I was like, all right, I'm going to do a little test. And I, like, hit up my normie friends, and they were all like, yeah, of course I'm going to see the movie to fight racism. It was like, dude, yeah, you guys are making more people want to see it, I feel like, by having a fucking shit
By
fit. Like,
doing- yeah.
dude, I would have just, like, completely ignored the movie. I feel like that would have done way more in the sense of, like, trying to make it tank or to show that, like, people don't care. Like, just fucking don't ignore it. I mean, fucking do ignore it. Like,
It was
Yeah.
like Nike after the Colin Kaepernick ad that they ran, you know,
Mhm.
like all the right wingers like burned their Nikes or whatever. And Nike's share didn't go down. It skyrocketed because everyone was
Yeah.
talking about it, you know? Same happened with Gillette after they put out the, is it Gillette or Gillette?
I don't fuck. The Razor Company.
The
That's what
Razor
I call
Company.
them.
Yeah, they put out that ad about how men should be, and there's a huge fucking thing. And then their stock went up, you know? We are trapped in the eternal cycle of torment. There is no escape. We will die here. This is our life now.
The
It is
only
hopeless.
time I sympathized with this type of thing is my dad hit me up and he was super upset. And he was like, I just canceled my Apple Music subscription. And I was like, Dad, what happened?
Why?
And he said, I guess when the Black Lives Matter thing kicked off, Apple did this thing where, like, before you could access your account, you had to listen to rap music or, like, music by black artists.
What?
And my dad, like, loves female artists and
Like
pop
Eminem.
shit.
What if they played Eminem?
That would be kind of funny.
Wait, is that wait? Oh yeah,
And
God,
dude,
what's
I
his name?
swear it's
Macklemore?
true. I looked at it. Yeah, dude, Mac, that would have been so fucking funny, dude. He's technically black because he beat Kendrick at the fucking music awards or whatever.
He
That
beat
shit
him
is
like
so
with a
funny,
stick,
dude.
or no?
No, but I don't know
Oh,
how he
okay.
won, bro. His music is so fucking ass.
Macklemore?
Yes, dude.
Macklemore?
Like
that would have enhanced the comedy element if that was like, oh, you want to leave? Well, here's 72 hours of his
Macklemore.
playlist on loop. You know,
That's
I just
great.
remember when that one song dropped and everyone was like, dude, this is so deep. And I listened to it and it was like, I keep my room clean, so I thought I was gay. And it was
Yeah.
like, dude, what?
I would
This is deep.
I would love if there was something going on where it was like a funeral and they're like, we need to play like Somewhere Over the Rainbow right now. You know what I mean? And they log on to the free version of Spotify and it's like, lose yourself in the
Yeah.
moment, the music.
a tragedy. This racism is wiggity wackety. Just that, like
Oh,
nonstop.
God.
Do I
until
spot a
you're-
little Vaush thigh?
Oh yeah, I'm a bisexual, so I shit
Whoa.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if you can take that claim, bro, because we talked about it last time, and you said your feelings on men is you're into the girly men.
Okay, but I
No,
do
I remember
also.
you said you like manly men.
No,
Isn't
you
that-
said you had sex with one manly man. I remember.
Oh,
Okay, the first guy I ever fucked was a mountain climber, and he was a burly guy, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
know
he
had
bottoms
that
because I'm not
gorilla
gay.
grip bussy, bro.
Oh,
I know
oh,
the mountain
oh, oh,
climber had the gorilla grip.
oh, for sure. Yeah, the base of my dick looked like a fucking wine bottle with how hard it got bottlenecked by the sphincter. But yeah, no, I tend not to like hairy people. That's my thing. Body hair I don't like that much, but like you can be like a beefy fucking guy if you're smooth. Like I'm for that. You know, that's kind of like my wall on like fucking guys. You know. Weirdly though, I don't actually mind like leg or arm hair that much on chicks, so I don't really know how it works.
Dude, arm hair on a chick, I start sweating, bro. That are
Yeah.
an Italian phenotype or whatever.
good.
There's
With,
dudes
like,
that
the-
take it too far though. I don't understand the armpit
hook
fetish. Yeah, the hook
Yeah.
nose is hot, bro.
It's hot, yeah.
I always feel so bad when I see chicks get a nose job and it's like they get like the Instagram button nose and it's like you looked so much cooler before when you had that fucking big honker or whatever.
You saw that post.
Mhm.
It was like the guy got the rhinoplasty, and the post was
Yes,
like,
dude.
you used to look like a Greek god, now you look like you listen to podcasts or whatever.
Literally, dude.
It's
Yes,
it's
so
uh
true.
it's Eurocentric beauty standards, right? Which not to sound like a faggot or whatever, but like
Preach,
that's
dude. It's the right wing causing this.
but like it to an extent, right? Like that's like skin bleaching in India and shit like that. It's like super fucked up, you know, because like Nigeria recently banned foreign
Say the first half of that word again.
Nigeria. Nice try.
Okay, all right.
I know
was
I
testing
nailed
you,
the eye
testing you.
there.
You're still not too drunk. Okay.
Oh no. I keep just enough together.
All right. Excellent.
They banned foreign models because like all their companies were hiring like
Oh,
nine
I
out of
saw
10 of the
that
models.
recently.
It was like British women or something for like their makeup and like beauty shit and whatever, and they're all white. And like they weren't banning white people or whatever, but it is kind of weird that in Nigeria, which is like 100% black practically, you know, it's like all the people advertising their makeup and beauty products are white women. And it makes you wonder like what like social what systems are like making people prioritize these factors over another. And I think that's the fucked up thing with like the hook noses and shit, because that shit's super cool, but it's like, you
Mhm.
know, there are chicks who are born in like the Mediterranean who are like, ah, but I don't have a cute little button nose or whatever. And it's like, fuck, get, man, don't.
Yeah, I know. That shit's
Yeah.
stupid.
Here's the thing, though. I have like a weird idea on that because, like, I get what you're saying. Like, if you saw all these beautiful women all the time and they're all like pure white, like, it may get in your head where you're like, oh, I need whiter skin. But, like, I feel like the real issue with that is you being dumb enough to, like, not love yourself. Does that make sense? Like, because in Saudi, where I grew up, like, they sold so much skin bleaching soap because, like, there's a lot of, like, Pakistani
That
and
shit
Indian men
ruins you
there.
too. It's really
Doesn't it
like
fuck you
not.
up?
Have you guys
Yeah,
seen,
for sure fucks you up. Yeah.
have you guys seen what like Sammy Sosa looks like these days? Do you know?
Sammy
Do you know
Sosa.
like
Well,
Sammy Sosa, the baseball player?
The steroids he's been taking has made his head look so fucking big, dude. He looks like a Minecraft
Well,
character.
Sammy Sosa has been skin bleaching for several years, and he looks like
Wow.
he
Yeah.
looks like a ghoul. Like he
I
looks
heard though
crazy.
that was the same reason Jackson did it though, because he had vitiligo.
Can vitiligo
Yeah.
do like your whole body all at once?
No,
I
but there's
think
some people who once you start getting white patches, they're instead
he
of
wants
like,
to even it out.
yeah, you kind of want to
Oh, they
even it.
like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, okay, that sucks because vitiligo is also, in my opinion, pretty cool looking. You know, like
I
it's
mean, yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
think
like a
Vaush
calico
confirmed
cats.
vitiligo fetish.
that's
But you
right.
know, it's
Vitiligo
like
fetishist.
like cats have like calico patterns or whatever. Like we think it's aesthetic in other animals. So like, oh
All
shit,
right, all
some
right,
people have like.
Vaush. I know you want to talk about sex and animals, but you guys, wait, too much, too
Look,
much.
the
Don't
point I'm
bring up
getting at
horses.
is that it seems like beauty kind of goes top down, like beauty standards, like back in like the
Mhm.
Middle Ages or shit, like being kind of a portly dude with skin so pale you can see through it, like that was considered attractive because it was a sign of wealth. And nowadays being like ripped and tan is because that means you have like a gym and a personal trainer. So it seems like because white people kind of hold like global power in a hegemonic sense, a lot of people kind of look to the west because like Hollywood movies are played everywhere, you know? We have a lot of cultural power when it comes to like what the standard is for how people should look. And I think it's kind of fucked up, you know? I don't know. Yeah, like that's kind of like not all of it is bad. Like, I don't know. Probably better that like some places of the world get Hollywood movies than nothing at all. But it just seems kind of sad that there's like a lot of really cool stuff that humans can look like. And it just doesn't, it gets kind of washed
We
away.
should
You know what I
embrace
mean?
our differences. Like, I'm sick of people telling me to shower whenever I go to a con. Like, let me just stink.
Hey,
Okay,
if
that's
Sammy
my
Sosa
must.
wouldn't shower, he'd probably still be dark skinned. So, you
Dude,
know?
I had
Could
this
be.
annoying ass roommate in college, and he read this. Who's I always call him Edward Cullen. Who's the fucking dude that played the vampire?
Edward Cullen.
No,
Well, Edward
no.
Cullen is the vampire.
Who played him?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
is
Pattinson.
the
Dude,
guy.
Robert
love
Pat-
that
okay,
guy.
okay.
Love that
Okay, yeah.
guy. But he
Yes.
did an interview where he was like, "Yeah, I stopped showering, and women just love my pheromones or whatever."
That's hot.
And dude, my roommate just stopped showering, and he was like, "Dude, trust me, like women are gonna love this." And I was like, "Dude, you stink. You smell like
Yeah,
shit. Shower, dude.
stink,
Okay, it
yeah.
works for him because he's beautiful. Like,
yeah.
not everyone can pull off the sweaty man smell."
Guy with an
No.
orbit of flies around him.
Yeah.
Like, trust me,
Yeah.
bitches go
Pigpen.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. It's like I mean that can only go so far because some people also it's just like some people are born good looking and some people are born not so good looking, and that's okay. Everyone is beautiful, in their own special way, but
Yeah, everyone. Everyone's
some
beautiful.
people have naturally good smelling body odors, and some people fucking stink. Like, and the best way, if you're not sure which one of those people you are, just wear deodorant because
100%.
odds are you are not you odds are you are the latter. So
Yeah, there's
that's my
literally a gene that people have that determines the way what we sweat like gets filtered or like how our BO is processed. Some people like are literally biologically less stinky than others by a lot.
Well,
Too.
I know fear sweat also smells different. I read some stupid article years ago, but apparently when you sweat from fear, it has like a very distinct smell.
That's true. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a different because like the hormones running through your body affect like the production of your sweat glands. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Um
interesting.
Dude, not to change topic, but I did want to get your take on this, Mr. Vaush. My girlfriend always makes fun of me because every time I interview, I'm like, well, what's your opinion or what's your take here, bro? But this large-breasted Canadian person,
Teacher.
are they confirmed?
with the
The
fucking
They're
the
not confirmed
giant-
trans, are they?
I
Well,
I've
that's what I'm
heard
trying
that
to figure out. I
I know
haven't seen any reliable report that actually properly genders them or an interview with this person.
And
So
dude,
I
I
have
don't
no
want to
idea.
sound like, yeah, I'm a white guy claiming I know everything. But to me, when I saw that, it was like, oh, this is a fetishist. Like that was my immediate take on it. But
you can be trans and a fetishist. You can be cis and a fetishist. Whatever's going on over there is obviously pretty fucking wacky. I think so. Like obviously that shit's inappropriate, right? Like if they're literally strapping on like quadruple X titties for the fucking like
Right.
well,
these.
dude, it's like if I went to school with a 9-foot penis enhancement, I would 100% have gotten thrown out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you think they should have gotten booted? Or I don't want to get you in trouble with your audience. I know they're big fans
for
of
real.
her
Like
or whatever.
the admins of that school should have had a frank convo with him or her, or because I don't know if they're a crossdresser or a fetishist or a trans whatever, but like they should have had a convo. And they should have been like, literally, what the fuck are you doing? Like actually, what the fuck are you doing right now? Right now, like because their nips are popping through their
I was gonna say,
their
dude,
sweater. That already violates the dress code. There's already like on the books a non-discriminatory excuse, like right off the bat. But we also like let's be reasonable, right? There is no there is no like dress code that you'll find that'll be like your dick can't be X big. Like you're not gonna find that in a dress code. But if some guy, even if it was like a trans guy, was like, okay, here's my dick packer, and it's like a 5 foot long snake that coils around their right thigh like a fucking bracelet, obviously they would be brought in to be talked to about this. The problem that I have is that like there are wacky people out there, right? If this person wasn't trans or wasn't being accused of being trans, because I don't even know, like this would just be treated as some weird body mod thing. But because they're trans, this is part of like the epidemic of grooming. And what's happening there, to be clear, is not grooming. None of those kids in the class are being groomed. They're being disgusted. They're not.
Yeah.
These
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are not being like. This is not like the breasts of a seductress, like luring them into abuse. Like they're being
No.
off put.
Yeah. That part
Yeah.
was dumb too, though, because I saw a lot of people being like, "See, this is the end game of trans people," and it's like, dude, every trans person I know would not be caught dead having.
No.
They're not
yeah.
confident enough.
slobber
Yeah,
knockers.
no, I mean, first
Yeah.
and foremost, that person is so confident, like confident
True.
to a
Dude,
point
I
of
wish
like,
I had that confidence.
like
dog.
literally, that person is like, I do not care what
Dude,
anyone
especially
thinks. I don't even
high
care if I
school
get fired.
students.
Yeah,
There's no
what
way
the
those kids are not.
fuck?
That
"Oh,
person
Mr.
says
Jugs."
poggers to the 7-Eleven attendant at
100%.
1 a.m.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%,
no
100%.
fucks given. There is a
But-
line somewhere with confidence and shamelessness, but honest to God, I like to think of myself as a fairly confident person, and they're repping like 80 times more confidence
Yeah,
than
sure.
I could
Mind-blowing.
ever
For
manifest.
sure.
Mind-blowing.
I think it's crazy to me that people are trying to take any larger political like message out of that entire situation, because I think everybody, regardless of your political leaning, should be able to just look at that situation and be like, that is so fucking wild. Like
It's
what is
almost
happening?
apolitical, and like
It is.
you shouldn't get mad about it either. It's too wild to get mad over. Like you can just look and go like, wow, that's fucking weird, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like, but people,
Yeah.
it's like part of their manifestos or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Personally, I think it's really funny. I think it's inappropriate, but like it's obviously also extremely funny. Like,
Did you guys-
have to recognize that?
Did you see the Tucker Carlson like bit where he's talking about the thing and he's talking
Milk
about like
expansion porn?
exploding
Milk
porn?
explosion.
Showed that hot picture of the anime chick with the giant breasts.
So
Dude, my take on
good.
it is I fucking hate when you have people like, I mean, Steven Crowder does this shit. He's Canadian, right?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Does he?
I must inject myself in American politics, even though I don't live there. And it's like,
Yeah, for real.
this is happening in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Their
The hell are you
problem.
guys-
Hey,
yeah,
you
for
fix it.
real.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's if
And
it was
don't
in
involve
America, I'd have
yourself
more of an opinion. But
in our big titty hentai, right? Like Tucker Carlson, this is not your. This is a culture, not a costume. Okay, don't get involved in our big titty milk explosion porn. All right,
I
We
know
don't need
Tucker
Right.
loves Tucker likes food porn. I can tell. I
Oh,
can tell
no
just by looking at him.
question.
Bro. He's a food
Right.
porn connoisseur.
Literally all conservatives like it when feminine people have a penis. It's so obvious if you look at their forums, if you look at their discourse, they're obsessed. Alex Jones got caught with his shit. Nick Fuentes got caught looking at fucking
Oh, I
Fuda
remember
hentai
that,
femboy
yes.
trans school. Yeah, every time. And you know what? Fucking dude, whatever. Like, sure, it's cool. Chicks with dicks are great. Fine, go for it. But like, don't make your fucking narcissistic, insecure pathology our fucking problem, right?
Right.
Just live with it, you know? Don't
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like they're scared of being called gay, but it's like it's much gayer to be shy about it. And
True.
like in secret, like I must jack off to women penis. It's like,
Dude,
Because they're in the closet over it, and that's gay.
yeah,
I mean, literally,
100%.
the gayest thing that you can do is join a group of people that call themselves the Proud Boys. Like that is the I've never heard something. The first time I heard that, I was like, I can't believe that. I can't believe that exists.
Have
So
you
Dude,
seen
that's
crazy.
part of why I
Patriot
wish
Front guys?
leftists were more comfortable saying, "Can I say fag? Is that terrible? Can I say that on YouTube?"
You've sucked dick, I think. Yeah, you can.
Okay, I can say it. I wish lefties were more comfortable saying fag because I feel like when like Proud Boy stuff gets created, if like 3 or 4 leftist people were just like, dude, you guys are fags, it would nip it in the bud and totally like obliterate it. I feel like everyone involved would be like, this is kind of cringe.
Have you seen the Patriot Front guys where they have their little summer training camps where they're running around with American
Trash
flag
can
shields, like
shields and
yeah,
everything?
crashing
Yes.
into each other
What
and
the
like
hell?
quick drop to the ground and suck each other's dick. Give me 20 sucks, you know, and they're fucking
It's like,
like
dude, yeah.
getting ready for the Great Boogaloo or whatever.
I used to do this too in high school, and it was called LARPing. You know, when you fucking run around with foam swords, it's like, what? Play Skyrim. What are you doing?
Yeah, for real.
The thing that really I just want to last thing. The thing that really
Go ahead.
fucks me up too is, you know, this like Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, any of these people get caught. A lot of people have said that Steven Crowder's bi and or a chaser. So like we can just safely assume it's literally all of them, you know. Somewhere in a room right now, like Donald Trump is cranking it, assuming he can still get hard, you know, some fucking trans chick or whatever. But like they all
Horse
know.
porn.
Well, okay, well, don't make me like the guy. When they all know that it's not gay when they're doing it. I know they know this. When they're on their phone and they see some gorgeous fucking chick with like a hourglass figure and like nice titties and she's got a dick, they don't think like, oh, this is a guy with tits. They don't think that. I
No.
know they don't. They don't.
Mhm.
But then like they go online and they're like, I'm all trans women. Fuck you. If you'd stop. Like
I
It's
know.
we
so
know.
dumb, dude. It's so
And
stupid.
it's just
bro.
it feels so exhausting. It's like, can you, you know, I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, but like when I get into any type of altercation with a stranger in like it, you know, if I'm out somewhere and I get into some type of like I'm butting heads with like the lady at the post office or some shit, you know what I mean? Like
This
it's
poor
like
old
I
woman, dude.
always come away from it feeling like, wow, that was so uncool of me. I totally could have played that cooler. I hate fucking confrontation. I hate butting heads with people. And like it's so wild to me that there are people that like their whole fucking life, all they're doing is just like screeching and like shitting on people and being mean and nasty. And I'm just like, isn't that fucking exhausting?
Dude,
like, don't you just want
To
to
me,
stop?
it makes sense when you're in that like 18 to 25. Because like that's kind
the
of
Fight Club era where you're thinking in your
Exactly.
head, yeah,
Yeah.
like I
and like
am
back
Tyler
in time,
Durden.
that's when you would have been like, me go on war march, me ransack village. Like that's your body was like made for that at that age. But like when you're over 30, getting involved in all of that shit and talking about like Little Mermaid shit or whatever, it's just like, dude, come on,
Okay,
bro.
what we
come
need to
on,
do,
dog.
this is what we need to do in an ideal society, okay? Everything progressive socialist paradise. However, okay, the men, when they're 18, they get put in a 7-year-long summer camp where they have war drills and gay sex, and they get to go on mountain hikes, and they just stay there until they're in their mid-20s, and they get released back into society with all that energy sort of released, and everything will be fine. That's all they need. It'll fix it right there, and we'll be good.
I don't
Oh
know
god,
because
I gotta
feel
piss so fucking bad. Hold on,
God
sorry.
bless. God
All
bless.
right, we're gonna watch the chat for you.
The Vaush pissing stream. Oh, you have the chat pulled up? I can't.
I actually
get too shy.
do have the chat pulled
I
up
get too
right now.
frightened.
I didn't want to. I feel like that's kind of nerdy, but I have it pulled up on a separate little thing here because I
Do
just
they
want
like
to.
Beetle Moses?
I
Does-
want
do
to. I just
people
want
like
to
Beetle
see
Moses?
because if somebody brings up something funny, I would probably mention it. But most people are just saying like, "Who are these guys?"
Yeah, I can't believe I thought we were before we even went into this, I thought we were just doing our offline Zoom call, and then Vaush was like, by the way,
By the way, we're
to
gonna
stream
stream
this.
live.
I was like,
It's funny. The only
okay,
time we've
all right.
ever streamed live before is because uh like we were on Twitter Spaces where you can't really get a feel for like
Mhm.
how many people are listening.
Well, we
and,
did do this is streaming on YouTube, right?
yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'm sure his audience is not doing what happened to us when we tried streaming on YouTube, which is when one guy just kept calling us
Okay.
Jews for like
Oh yeah, that's
3
classic.
hours, dude.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
I'm assuming. I'm not going to look at the chat, but I'm assuming we're not getting called Jew.
It hasn't happened yet.
This podcast has strong Jewish energy, but I think my chat likes that.
Dude, apparently, yeah, I just saw someone posting somewhere that I'm secretly Jewish and also female to male. Yeah, I'm just running with it. I don't blame them though. I do like because I post my ass and it is very like I
It's
look at my
very
own ass
Nice
sometimes
ass.
and I'm like,
yeah.
ooh, babe, I'm sweating a little bit. But I think that's
know
just
what-
the Italian genetics.
You know what Jewish coded means? It means funny. That's what Jewish coded means.
I
Yeah.
hope that's what it means. Yeah.
Jews are funny as fuck, dude. Holy shit. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, and their whole religion is about debating God. That's literally in the books. you
Literally,
know?
dude, like
Mhm.
on that day where they're not supposed to work and they're like, oh, we found a workaround. The elevator will stop at every floor. It's like
Yeah, they're like this Rube Goldberg. See, technically, the electricity doesn't work.
It's so
they're
funny,
like
dude.
they're like arguing with the deity of the universe. To like, well, can we do this? You know,
It reminds me of
debating
the shit of like the Christian girls you'd meet at summer camp that have purity rings, and they're like, "No, my boyfriend fucks me in the ass." It's totally a loophole. Like it's totally
It's like
good.
that, but a religion dedicated to that attitude. Christianity would be way better if they all committed to that attitude. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Well,
Like-
the thing with Jews as opposed to like Christian people is that we have no desire to seek converts. Like other religions are like, oh, Jesus way, like come join us, like come on this side. And Jews people will be like, I have been reading the Torah for 10 years. Can I please be a Jew? And most Jews will just be like, you're still not a Jew. Like they'll
It's the-
still,
Yeah, I've heard
they'll
like,
still
especially
say
when
that.
like a chick comes or people come in through marriage and become Judaism, it's like the hardcore people are like, they're not a real Jew. They're not really Jewish.
Yeah.
It is
Uh,
by far the best attribute of the Jewish religion because, again, Beverly Hills is very Jewish. Synagogues on every corner. Everyone, you see rabbis walking around all the time on Pico Boulevard, all the time, you know? There was a synagogue that I would go to when I was a kid, not to actually listen
Are
to
you
any of the
Jewish?
sermons. No, we're
Oh.
all agnostic, but we knew so many Jews, and they had a really, really nice courtyard that, like, when I was 4 or
Hmm.
5, like, I would just play around in, you know? And the best thing is if I lived in a neighborhood that was that dedicatedly Christian, I would have gotten shit for being an atheist in school so many times. I was openly atheist from like 8th grade and onward. You know how
Oh
many times
god,
a
were you
Jew
like
gave me shit for
fedora
it?
tipping?
Oh, for sure. Oh, 100%. I
Of
was
course,
fedora
that
tipping.
was you, bro.
You know how
Mhm.
many times a Jew gave me shit about being an atheist? 0. In a neighborhood full of them, that is by far the best part. You know, the fact that they don't fucking bother you. It's great. I
This
love
reminds
it.
me of the black guy
Mhm.
holding the thing that says, "No Vietnamese ever called me the N-word. No
Exactly,
Jewish guy
yeah.
ever made fun of me for being a fedora tipper."
No, yeah, no Jewish guy ever
Good.
called me cringe.
You
That's
weren't on you weren't on the our atheism board, were you?
Of course he was. Of course.
I literally have posts on my
Dude,
Reddit
it
account.
would make me
going
Oh,
back
here we
so
go.
happy if I found out you were the person who came up with that quote of like, "In my atheism, I am euphoric."
Right, I'm
Oh
euphoric.
my
Yeah, no, sorry.
God.
That genius was not a product
did-
of my mind.
Does anyone know the identity of that kid that wrote the original
He
one?
killed.
Because-
He had to have killed himself by now.
No, I don't-
That's, you can't
Just
live
shot
that
himself
down.
in the- There's no way because he doesn't believe in an afterlife. He's clinging. He's just clinging.
He
Yeah,
believed in God after that one, dude. I guarantee you, he was
After
praying
that
for
one,
that
he
to
saw
go
God.
away.
He
Yeah.
died or he
100%.
found Jesus. There's only
Dude.
two possible explanations.
I mean,
Yo, just
there
double
was a period of
checking real
time.
quick. Not to interrupt, but do you have time for one more 40-minute block after this? I notice we're
yeah,
6
I've got
minutes up.
time until
Okay.
a little bit before 6 p.m. and then I'm
Who are you
debating.
debating, by the way?
I
Is
feel
a
bad for
friendly
forgetting his
debate?
name. It's not disrespectful. I just have a bad memory. We're debating Andrew Tate's deplatforming, and he's a member of the men's pickup artist community. We had a talk before. It
Oh
was a pretty
boy,
good talk,
here we
actually.
go.
Bro,
He's
you
pretty
might learn
fun.
some. You might learn some moves.
It's true.
What?
My move is I'm just unapologetically autistic when I'm like flirting with people, and I swear to God, it works. The critical element, I think, when it comes to flirting with people, is just being confident. But confidence takes a million different forms. If you're just like, "Hey, do you want to see something cool?" and you're like showing them, like, "Hey, did you know like this is how engines work?" I swear to fucking God, like do whatever, be confident, get along with people, it'll be fine. People just like confidence. Everyone likes it when you're straightforward.
Except for
That's my lesson.
leftists. Except for
I
leftists.
do you guys think any of that is any of that pickup artist shit for real, or is it all like damaging crap?
Oh, Shu's here. Shu agrees with me, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
Shoe's listening.
Powerful.
What's up, Shoe?
Powerful. We got to get her on cold cuts. We
I
got to get
think-
Shu on cold cuts.
That'd be great.
I think the fucked up thing is like guys have a really tough time finding people to hook up with or like be in relationships with because like it's so fucking lonely, dude. Being a guy when you're alone is so lonely. Girls have this like inevitable feeling that like, oh, like things will work. Like I'll find a guy eventually because it's so much easier for a chick than a guy to find somebody. Might not necessarily be the right person, but somebody. So I think like there's validity in teaching guys how to like, like hook up with people, especially with like chicks. Cause if you're a guy and you're gay, like it's a lot easier. The issue is that so many of their tips are like weird and wrong. There's a lot of like this. Yeah. How many times have you seen this guy being like, look at this picture, look at the way this man's knees are rotated as he stands.
Rivalio
I
or
love
whatever.
that
I
shit.
love
Yeah.
that guy.
I love
Look
that.
at this faggot. He'll never attract pussy. And then like 3 tweets down, it's like, buy my book for lessons. And so much of it is a
yeah,
grift.
of
Yeah,
course.
that's the issue, right? But like, in
Dude,
general,
I think at the base level, their idea of the confidence and like talking to chicks, yeah, that's great. But as soon as you're like, you must verbally dominate them and call them dumb bitch retard, it's like, okay, bro, no, you're not helping guys because like someone's gonna try that out and just like not get puss. Like they're gonna be fucked.
it is possible to neg your way into pussy, but the problem is that usually when that happens, it's done by people who are self-aware enough to like.
I don't even think that's true.
Dude,
Like,
I
But like,
think
it's,
works
but
when
it's
it's
a mutual
playful.
thing. Because
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
no, yeah, sorry, I should have phrased it better. That's what I mean, Yellow Swag. Yeah, that
Yeah.
you
You
do
can call me
like it's
Zach. Please call me Zach. That's too autistic. Don't call me
my
Yellow Swag.
apologies, Zach. It's like a mutual. It's about reading the room and knowing that they like kind of the playful banter. But a lot of guys will walk in and they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, you have to like establish dominance over the insecure woman by being mean to her," and they don't
Mhm.
realize that women are like basically the same as them. So a lot of women instantly read that shit, and they immediately think like, "Oh, loser," and then you're just a burden to them. And I can't blame them for feeling that way because you walked in there with the intention of making them feel worse so you could get laid. Like, fuck, kind of mean.
My ass is so fat that I've never had this problem. So like it doesn't matter how I act. I literally can just be like bumbling my way through life and it doesn't even matter.
Dude,
People just be grabbing the
that
phone.
shit actually worked out for me in college. I would run a lot, and you know how I have that thick ass, but these group sorority girls would drive by me and be like, "Show us your ass," or like, "Yo,
Fuck
he's
yeah, dude.
thick," and I was just like,
This happened to me once. Wait,
Oh,
I was
God.
at an event and a chick flirted with me once like this or something like that. I had talked with her for about 15 minutes about like just various stuff related to my work, And after a little while or something, I was like, "Oh, I enjoyed talking to you." And she was like, "Oh, I enjoy talking to you too, It's nice that I like that because, you're not that much to look at." And she smiled at me. And I know for a fact this is like an attempt, but I just stare at her and I'm thinking like, what
she
the
for real?
fuck are you doing? What? what the fuck are you doing, right? And she was
know.
just staring at me back, and I think she understood that, like, I think this was her autism misfiring or whatever, but like that's how it's got to be, right? Like that shit's really fucking awkward when you try it.
You know, isn't
Dude,
it?
how long ago was that?
That would have been late 2020, I think.
You
So,
were
like,
a beautiful man when I saw those old pictures. I feel like you must have cleaned up. You had like that rugged rock star energy.
dude, I could have been like fucking morbidly obese, and I still would have weird champed her into into the next week. Yeah. I broke this thing. I broke the twisty thing.
Good.
I mean,
I was so
finish
sick
it.
of you watching you
Yeah.
daintily close it. Yeah,
I mean, I know,
bro.
dude. That's
You're
like,
gonna get wasted for this debate and just do
like,
so
I know.
poorly, dude.
I can't believe that you're about to debate somebody and you're just like fucking 2 bottles of Moscato deep. Like, how the hell is that?
I'm gonna use my cat's nail clippers to untwist the remainder of this
that's
metal wire.
classic. That's classic, dude.
There we go. Ah, wait, it's working. Yeah, there we go.
Dude, based cat owner that does not declaw their cats.
Fuck that.
is-
People who do that are piece of shit.
My parents did that to my cat.
I know
Oh,
my
sorry.
parents used to do that to my cat too, and then I saw the light and I had to show them the light.
My
too.
parents only did it to his front paws though, because like they bought a very expensive couch and he destroyed it, and I was
How-
just like,
How good can you guys see this over Zoom? My cats
"Oh
love
damn,
my
yeah,
chair.
your chair got fucked, bro."
Look at that.
I
That's
think
what's
it's
up.
cute. We wrestle our cats, but we're 20 times their size, so they're a little sharp. Whatever. Like we're huge compared to them. It's only fair they have claws, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We are about to cut off again, so
Fuck. Well,
Oh,
then in a minute I'll see you guys again. Yeah.
I did see somebody ask in the chat, do we have a channel? And the answer is yes, we do. It is Cold Cuts
Hell
podcast
yeah.
on YouTube. If you want to come watch, we have another episode with Vaush, and this one will be up there too.
it's powerful.
I
It's very
like these
powerful.
guys.
All right, we'll be back in 5.
We'll be
Big
back
boy.
in a second.
Yeah.
Show off that tie for the episode for when
Oh,
we post.
check
I
it
feel like-
out. Yo, this was my dad's tie in the 80s. Yeah, kind of fucking cool, right? Dude, this is the second time that this has happened where I got fucking on Instagram, this guy reposted my thing, Chill Blinton. It's like Bill Clinton, but it's like Chill Blinton.
Powerful. I love when people do that and
And-
like do a little pun on someone's a famous person.
Yeah, and the dude has like 2 million followers or something like that.
Did
And
he
he
tag you?
Yeah, he tagged me in it.
Okay,
He
good,
posted
good.
it.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, dude, bless up.
Bro, I'm
Anyway.
still so bummed I got fucked on the that shirt I made and all those bots were like
But you still
Buy
made
the
some
shirt.
sales off that, right?
a
Didn't
little
you?
bit, a little
Well, here,
bit.
while Vaush is gone, should we plug our own? Should we plug our? Are we being streamed?
YouTube.com/coldcuts. Who cares?
can't-
We're
who
plugging
cares?
it in the episode. We got it.
YouTube.com/coldcuts and this is Yellow Swag Studios on Twitter, and I'm Beetle Moses.
Dude, I hate how Vaush keeps making me love him more and more, but he's wearing some short shorts right now. I almost thought they were like boxers, dude. Dude, I show you the camo shorts I wore to the gym the other day. I just told you about them.
No, why don't we get like a peep show right now,
Dude, I can't change into them. They're so short. But my ass, I was like on the bike machine, and it took me like 20 minutes to realize, oh, my entire ass is
Oof.
like hanging out, dude.
Is it hot in here or is it just me? Let me loosen this up.
Mr.
All right, I'm
Vaush is back.
What's
Bro,
up,
make sure you get some bread or something, dog.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Okay,
Dude,
good.
you are gonna. I'm about to watch the debate with this guy that you're about to have just to see what the fuck happens.
Oh, I'm
It's
ready,
probably
dude.
going to be a pretty chill convo.
I'm gonna
He's not
be
an
in the
antagonistic
chat.
guy.
I'm in the chat calling him the N-word on your behalf. I'm gonna say you told me to do that, bro. Okay.
Giving me like, what's this guy saying? No, as in like pouring more wine, you know.
Dude, I was like shocked how annoying that one guy, because I was expecting him to be like a manly man. He goes by like hypocrite on Twitter.
Oh, that fucking guy.
You had
Yeah,
a
I know
debate with
you're-
him, and I was like, dude, this guy's. Are you opening a third bottle?
My third bottle of water.
Oh, okay. What fucking water are you drinking that looks like that?
It's called Moscato.
Okay, all right.
man.
Dude, Vaush has drank $600 million worth of expensive Moscato on this stream, bro. I feel like we're getting put to shame. I'm drinking
Nah,
like garbage.
Where the
I
hell
saw
did
it-
you get all this crap, dude? Where did all this
I got
Moscato
it-
come from?
I got it by the crate, but all this came from a place called Truffle Queen, which is a Pike Place in Seattle.
Truffle Queen.
They have a lot of truffle infused stuff, like hot sauce, a truffle salt. They have the best truffle salt you're gonna get anywhere.
Oh,
by
not
the way.
drink stuff. I was gonna say, I feel like a truffle drink would taste like ass.
No, no, the alcohol is its own thing, but they tend to get it from more I don't know, eclectic retailers, which is why I can't find the stuff anywhere else.
I gotta send you a bottle of like Jack or something. You gotta drink some more manly drinks, bro.
The
Moscato.
first time I actually got drunk, it was off Jack and Coke. I was in Tokyo with a friend, and I had some sake at a little alleyway sushi place,
I love
which got
sake.
me. I didn't like it so much, but it paired with the sushi, you know.
How old were you?
22, I think, something
Okay.
like that. It was a while back.
Were you one of those kids who was like, I'm not going to drink till I'm 21?
No, I was okay. So my aversion to drink before 21 was far more to do with my autism than it had to do with my moral abstemiousness. I couldn't really find a good opportunity to, because all the cool kids were doing their own thing.
Were you
but
were you like the nerdy kid? Were you popular at all?
no, I wasn't that popular in high school. I was like the class clown archetype, really.
Do you ever have any like people who see how big you are now and hit you up like, oh, hey, we should
course.
collab on something?
I'm sure
bro.
you do. Why not?
It happens, but not from high school.
Okay.
In large part because like I went to Beverly High, so all the people there are rich anyway. You know, like they don't need to mooch off me for anything. A lot of those fuckers probably make more money than I do. Like,
Dude, I'm shocked more
maybe
people
DJs
don't
or
rip
some
on you
shit.
for that shit. Because you're pretty open about like growing up in Beverly Hills. I feel like if I was like a super right wing guy wanting to rip on you, that would be like my number one thing.
I don't want to be
Why not?
accused of like trying to hide it or whatever. The funny thing is the stuff like my parents aren't wealthy. But they went to Beverly Hills for the school district, which to be fair was fantastic. Same with the like safety of the neighborhood. But like they were like burning money to try to afford the rent, you know, and they still are. So it wasn't really about the wealth. The thing that really got me was the fact that my dad got into big tech because he's in like a VFX work for Hollywood. So he's like really, really into like just anything having to do with computers, construction, like
He's not
software.
like chained to a radiator having to work on Marvel movies, right?
Hell yeah.
You know, you want the non-joke answer to that? I mean, yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty much his job.
Oh,
He does
really?
Marvel shit?
He's done Marvel shit. The VFX people
Oh,
don't have
bro.
a union. He's been treated like shit by the industry.
Damn,
Um,
bro.
I
So
feel really-
Marvel, you're directly responsible for Marvel movies, technically. Your
Well,
family bloodline.
I saw
And
that.
DC movies. So
Oh,
he's on
bro.
both
Oh, wow.
sides.
I saw that there was like some trending clip from She-Hulk where she literally looks like a character from The Sims. You know what I mean? And
My dad didn't do any of those.
no,
shots,
no, no,
so-
no. I'm not saying your dad was involved with that, but I remember that a lot of people were coming forward and being like, no, don't blame the animators for this. Blame fucking Marvel for
No,
like
100 fucking
working
percent.
yeah, like
I'll die on this hill.
draining them.
Every other fucking like subgenre of Hollywood movie production emerged before the Reagan admin. So back in like the 1930s and 40s, you have like fucking makeup artists and special effects artists who do like real life stuff, like setting off the actual explosives that they composite into movie scenes. They have unions. The VFX people don't, because in the 90s, when these computer loving dipshits got together and started doing work for like Jurassic Park and Terminator 2, you know, these people are all fucking libertarians. Of course they are. They're all fucking white boys who love coding. They're all like, you know, we don't need unions. We can independently advocate for our own business interests based purely on the skill we can leverage.
Fools.
Fast
Fools.
forward 20 years, and there are plenty of VFX artists in India and Canada who can do the same work but cheaper. So now there's no fucking union. And now Marvel and all these other dipshits are like, oh yeah, we have like an entire movie where every single shot has 87 visual effects shots that you have to work on. Here's 6 months. And of course it looks like shit, because there's no one to fight back against that and say, no, fuck you. Give us the time to do this work. So it looks like shit, and these people get paid like shit. And I'm genuinely angry over it because my dad suffers for this.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
Yeah,
people
that's
joke
fucked
about the
up.
Beverly Hills, like Vaush Beverly Hills. I make 5 times what my dad did. My dad is in a very exploitative industry. I wish it was better for him, you know? Like I'm the Beverly Hills now. Like I wish people cared more about that Marvel shit. Never blame the animators.
I know, it's funny. You were talking about like, oh, those fucking computer nerds in the 90s, but guess what? That's us right now, dude. We're the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
computer
we're the
nerds.
computer nerds. Dude, I did see a comment
I
that
also don't have a union.
I was
Yeah.
laughing at that. I'm pretty sure it was one of your fans and not a troll, but someone was like someone did make a comment about how you're like a Beverly Hills boy, And I mean, you just said it yourself that it was like a nice neighborhood, right? I think that's safe to
Oh, yeah.
assume. And someone was like, actually, like Beverly Hills is not that nice. Like Vaush was growing up like very blue collar, like the neighborhood was like very sketchy, and I was just like, no, dude. Anytime I've had to go to Beverly Hills, it has been like fancy people.
Extremely nice.
Dude, I had to for one of my gigs. We had to. I feel like Vaush, you'll know this. I feel like you have fine tastes, but you know that like expensive luggage company, Rimowa.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Though I
had
don't
to
own any of
go.
their stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's all cheap garbage, whatever. But it's like 10K for a suitcase. But the company I was working for before I decided to do YOLO full time and eat shit on my rent.
Let's go.
But I had to go pick up like 20 of these suitcases, and like I dressed like a slob. Everyone else there was like dressed in suits, and I like walked out of Ramoa with 20 suitcases wearing my disgusting sweaty short shorts. and a
Fuck yeah,
t-shirt.
dude.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
and everyone was looking at me like, dude, who is this guy? A YouTuber? Who is this guy? How can you afford this shit? And I was just
Technically,
like,
yes. Technically, they were
Okay.
right.
yeah, technically.
Two things. Okay. First of all, Beverly Hills is just a little chunk of Los Angeles, which broadly has a lot of bad areas. So I did spend a lot of time, like when I was older, walking around, like Skid Row, for example, which, holy shit, if you have money on you, don't walk through Skid Row, especially at night. Like, don't do that. This
Yeah.
is very reasonable. Yeah.
Are you
but
victim blaming? Are you victim blaming? like this?
Hey, at fucking Skid Row, right off Union Station, you walk out there and it's like, Jesus Christ, you're walking into the threshing blades. But like when I was gotcha. No, it's fine. Just leave it on. When I was a little kid, the concept of bad neighborhood didn't register with me because in Beverly Hills, it can be 3 a.m. You can just walk down the street like forever. You're fine. If you're
Yeah.
in Beverly Hills and it's 3 a.m., you can be like a chick in a skirt or whatever, and like you're probably fine. It's just too safe of a neighborhood. In a weird way, it's almost like idyllic. Like you think like I wish everywhere could be like that, you know? But yeah, that aside. Oh god, no, I'm too lost. I'm
Did
gone.
your brain
Fuck.
just break? Yeah,
It did just
I
break.
literally
There was
witnessed it
another point there.
happening, bro.
You
yeah.
saw, yeah, there was like a clunk.
You're like, wait a minute.
It was
wait a
like
minute.
there was-
Yeah, you
oh!
said you had 2 points. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, oh yeah, because I worked regular retail jobs when I was growing up, and one of them I worked at a little restaurant called Pickles, which doesn't exist anymore. It was an
You were
Armenian
a
restaurant.
server or in the back?
I was a server, and it was really, really good. The food there was so good. They had that like cheese that you grill, like you put the cheese on the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like you can't get that shit in Beverly Hills. It's really fucking good. And anyway, I remember that because we're right next to Rodeo Drive. Like, you know, everyone knows it from fucking Grand Theft Auto 5, but like, you know, the insanely rich shopping area. And whenever I'd be asked to do deliveries to that area, like they'd make you go in the back, and they were very insistent about it. Like as a poor server, you literally have to go through the alley and then up and down this little like stair network to get in there. And like in my head, like I fucking hate these people because the people who accept the food are like workers on break, but they're workers for like Armani or something. So
Yes,
they're
yeah.
all wearing like a suit, and they're like, "Thank you for your," and they like, you know, and you fucker, you're eating it. Like, don't. You fucking
Dude, I got in trouble with the Armenians recently. Harris made a comic about
Oh my
I don't know
God,
if
that
you
was-
saw it, but it was like, what was it, Spore?
It was a spore-related
What?
comic.
It's like
yeah.
God creating humanity, and he's like in the Spore character creator. It was an excellent. Beetle Moses makes excellent comics, by the way. Beautiful man.
Thank you.
But
I love you both.
the
Thank you.
comic, the creature God was creating looked like who's the ugly Kardashian?
Yeah, it's
Courtney, I don't know, but I was just like God creating Armenians, and like I left the comment up for a while, but then all these
Dude.
like Armenian nationalists started retweeting it like, yo, this dude lives in LA, has 60K followers, he's making fun of Armenians, like, yo, fuck this guy, and I was
They
just
ride,
like,
they die. Yeah.
dude, I deleted the comment. I was like,
it was
I'm
so
not getting
dude,
involved.
and it's like the comment had like almost 1,000 likes at the time that he deleted it because like it was hilarious.
I
Like,
thought it was
just,
so
like,
lighthearted,
it was
dude, but
so
I was
funny.
like,
The
But then-
Caucasus are like the Balkans too. These are the most nationalist human beings on earth. If you walk on their flag anywhere on earth, they feel it in the back of their neck, and they will
Yes.
geolocate you. Yeah.
It's like dads
Um,
with the fucking heating and fucking cooling systems.
it's exactly, yeah, it's not quite Mediterranean, but I still maintain that any chick from like the Mediterranean extra area, just anywhere fucking there, is hot as shit. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's growing up like in Beverly Hills, but there's something that's like big noses and brown skin or something. It's just such a
So
fucking good
good.
aesthetic.
Dude,
They're
you're,
like the
you're
fucking
single now,
Greek
right?
gods. I am single now.
Any
Yeah.
Armenian or Greek women listening, please DM Vaush.
Exactly.
Please shoot Vaush a
That's
DM.
right.
They're
That's
literally
right.
like the fucking like pantheon of deities, like destined to rule this world. And us, like Angloids, are over here like shitting our britches and pissing ourselves,
Yeah.
waiting
I
for
hate
the
to
olive-skinned gargantuan. Oh
I
yeah,
hate to break it to the Angloids, but that's what Jesus looked like, homie. He was a fucking brown man with a big schnozzoo.
yeah. If Jesus
Well,
was white, no one would give a
Definitely what he
shit.
looked like.
I do think like Middle Eastern people, I feel like a lot of people picture them as like super brown, but they kind of look like white people, a lot of them, especially the Lebanese. I don't know if you've
Mhm.
noticed that,
Oh,
but
Lebanese chicks are so fucking hot, dude.
dude,
Holy
they
shit.
are, but I think you
Oh,
sometimes run into the same problems with Latinas. I love that fucking video that's like base trad guy once he has his Latina girlfriend and it's the monkey on the cell phone and it's just like
He's like
Canyo, blah, blah, blah,
so
blah, blah,
upset.
like going
Yeah,
crazy, dude. I fucking
that's
love that
real.
shit,
That's
bro.
extremely real. What, yo,
Extremely.
I
wait,
have.
wait,
Oh,
could I for a moment?
Cut in,
go
baby.
ahead.
Cut
Go
in.
ahead. Go ahead.
Weirdest, okay, because everyone has like the girl they're fixated on in high school, and for me, there were these American.
You're fixated on high school girls at this age?
Nah.
Okay, well, hold on. Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa,
I
whoa,
actually
whoa,
skipped
whoa.
second grade, so she was a year older than me, all right?
Oh,
She was this
cougar.
half
all right.
white, yeah, this cougar 15-year-old, half white, half Korean chick who was now I'm framing this from the perspective of my
Whoa,
younger
yo,
self here.
Vosh likes Asian women? Based. Based, dude. Red pilled.
They could be pretty, you
Is that
know,
red
but
pilled?
for high school, gorgeous, divinely beautiful. Of course, I'm framing this through my memory from that time, you know. So like in my mind back then, it's like, oh well, yeah, you know, that's just what people looked like back then. But she was, you know, I was super, super fucking into her at the time. And I didn't realize this until a while after. She was fucking Mormon. Mormon. Apparently, it was a Mormon white dad, Asian wife scenario from the one family unit up.
Beautiful.
So I okay. So like like I'm 13. I'm cringy as shit with this girl. We're friends. I like her, but you friend zone, blah blah. You all know how this goes, right? Like we don't need to waste time. But I distinctly remember because she's Mormon and therefore like all Mormon women incredibly susceptible to abusive men. A college guy ends up swooping her up at some point, you know, which I mean
when she was 15?
when she, yeah, 16, I think at that point. Yeah. So like, obviously the math plays out, all of the, you know, the physics particles are set, everything plays out. And of course I'm dissuading her from doing this or whatever. And I think at one point she messages me or something because I'm like a little cuck boy, like a little friend zone boy. So like she's messaging me about her fucking college boyfriend while I'm in high school. And she's like, oh, I was gonna meet up with so and so today, but like there was a big storm and it like made it so there was still have traffic, so I wasn't able to go see him or something. And I was like, maybe God's keeping you from seeing your college age boyfriend. And she was like, oh my God, maybe you're right.
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Vosh using debate tactics to sow
Yes!
to
No,
sow
lit-
discomfort.
And that actually made her stop for the day. And then the next day, of course, whatever they put. But like,
This is where your streaming career started, technically, bro. Trying to get puss, like talking these women out of their fucking boyfriend. Shit
if you
or
look
whatever.
at John 3:17, you can
Yeah.
actually see,
That's
maybe
great.
my dick is right for you instead, you know.
That's great.
Dude, it's so
Fuck,
funny. I
dude.
remember being in high school and like the chicks that would date the college guys, you'd be like, wow, that guy must be like so cool, whatever. And then you get to college.
Yeah.
You get to college and the dudes that date the super young chicks, it's like,
Oh
yeah, that's weird Mike. He
That's
like
weird
doesn't
as fuck,
shower. He's
yeah.
a fucking freak. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, yeah, because you have an older boyfriend. That's so fucking cool. And you imagine like James Dean in your head, some fucker with a leather jacket and like a cigarette or something. And then when you're in college, the guys who are dating high school girls, in addition to this being fucking illegal, you know, are like the most disgusting, slimy pieces of
you're
shit
just
in the universe.
weirdos.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, and it's like, wow. And it only takes like 2 years for this like shift in perspective to take place. It happens in no time at all.
It's very true. I mean, dude, I even saw it in my high school. Every high school has this where you have the guy who's like a senior who's like dating a freshman girl,
Mhm,
and
yep.
everybody's kind of just like, that's not allowed. You shouldn't be able to.
What
do
the fuck
that,
do you
but
talk
it's
to a
like-
young person like that?
Literally.
Like Polly Pocket? Like
You say
hey,
suck my dick.
literally
No,
what
that's
do
see the
literally
new
literally fucking
Coco
it.
Melon episode? Like
No,
I
they don't, right? It's literally just like, oh yeah, here's my car and here's the money that I have because I'm an adult with a job. Aren't those things cool? And she's like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, now suck my dick. And that's it. That's literally it. And that's it's fucked. And these chicks get like fucked perspectives their whole lives forward because they have to like internally justify. They have to think like, oh well, he must have loved me. So love is when you suck a guy's dick when he has a car and you don't, you know?
we have
You
a
know,
girlfriend sighting.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
Daphne, the
exciting.
girlfriend in the background.
You know, while we're speaking about libertarian philosophy, I just wanted to bring something else up that was like
We should change the age of consent. You're saying
a little while ago I read a book that was about the Ross Ulbricht who did the Silk Road. You guys know
the
who that
drug
is?
thing.
Yeah, you guys know
yeah.
what the Silk Road is, right?
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
the website where he was like selling drugs using like I think he was using Bitcoin before Bitcoin was
Yeah, it was
There
Back,
was some
back
some
when
sort
they
of
were
crypto.
honest about it being about child porn and drug
Yes.
trafficking. Yes.
pretty much, yeah. And he's alive. He's in prison. He's doing a life sentence over that stuff. And it's a crazy story. The book that I
Wait.
read was called
He got
What's
life
his
for
name?
that?
Wait, what's his name?
his name's Ross Ulbricht.
Oh,
It's
don't tell me you went to school with this guy.
No, I've gotten an opportunity for an interview with this guy, I think.
you
Ooh.
100%
Or a family member of him, I think.
Oh, you
Take it.
absolutely should
Take it,
interview him,
baby.
dude. Fascinating guy. And I was gonna ask you Vosh, your opinion on like whether or not he should be in prison for life, or if they should like let him out, or like what the situation
Because from
is.
what I heard, wasn't there like some kind of fucking setup or something?
So
like,
the murder thing you're talking about,
the
right?
setup was crazy. Anybody who wants to read the book about this, it's like a dramatization. So it's a little bit fictionalized, but it's called American Kingpin. And it's like a quick dude, you could literally read it in like 2 days. And it's like
This
Ross
is the
Ulbricht,
Hell's
right?
Angels
Ross
thing, though,
Ulbricht.
right?
yeah.
It's
yeah.
a crazy story, and like the whole Silk Road story is wild, and the way that they caught him is crazy because there were like 4 different agencies gunning for him at the same time, and he was like, first of all, using like Tor and shit so they couldn't track him, and was like traveling across the world so they couldn't catch him
Yeah,
basically.
he tried
And
the Kiwi Farms method, but
it was
I don't think that's
crazy.
working out.
It was crazy. Yeah. A great book, crazy story. And that dude, Ross Ulbricht, he's still alive. And I actually signed a petition for his release. But
Good for you.
but
I'm fully in favor of
he's
drug
not getting out.
decriminalization.
Dude,
He's
do
not
those
getting out.
petitions do anything? I remember
Fuck
in high
no.
school, people thought it was a big deal, but it was all like they could get like 3 billion signatures, and I don't think anyone gives a shit.
No, that shit is 100% fucking manufactured consent cunty bullshit right there. It's like, how do we appease the proletariat in their drive to make things better materially? Oh, give them the whitehouse.gov/petition website or some bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And then fucking, because, you know, back in the day, 16-year-olds were like wielding halberds, killing partisan guards at the foot of the fucking castle or whatever. But
Preach.
nowadays, it's like, yeah, no, back in the good old days. And now it's like, fucking, oh yeah, you sign this petition, Obama will make weed legal or something, fucking pussy shit, and they lay it there so people feel satisfied.
Oh,
Yeah,
more Vaush thigh. Are
this
those
is kind
shorts
of-
or the spandex? I can't tell.
They're 5-inch inseam. They're pretty fucking
Okay.
short.
I think we're about to get a peek at like the old Vaush gooch.
I'm
I
trying to
think
see
it's
that
All right,
horse
all
dong,
right,
bro.
all
I'm
right.
trying to see the horse dong.
Actually, funnily enough, earlier in my streaming career, like way earlier, I actually did let out the cock and balls on stream accidentally.
Did you?
Because, well, I like short shorts, and I was wearing shorter short shorts, like 3-inch inseam. And actually, my partner at the time was doing a bit of a stream themselves, like on my stream, like they were just talking to the chat or whatever.
Girlfriend.
And I put my. I think
hate
it was
the term
girlfriend
partner.
back then. Well, non-binary
okay,
now,
I
so it
I
might
see,
have
I
been
see.
girlfriend then.
I'll allow it.
I know. Technically, you're right. I think it was girlfriend then. Anyway, I put my foot up on the fucking table, and my cock and balls actually were barely visible in the shadow cast by my 3-inch inseam shorts. And we didn't realize it until after we had to delete the stream, of course, because it's actually they shouldn't do that, But it was an accident. It was just me not thinking. I'm fucking retard. It's the problem.
Dude, I got ahead of that issue by I think I've posted my nutsack like 3 or 4 times on Twitter.
I posted my dick. You just shouldn't put it on stream, but I posted my dick on Discord because I thought like if I end up flirting with all the hot e-girls, like one of them's going to be psycho and leak my dick pics, and then
I
it's going to
heard
be a
that
whole thing.
you have like a 15-year-old channel where you post your penis. I think Destiny was saying that.
I can't even be
Yeah,
involved in this
only
joke.
15-year-olds are allowed in there, actually. No,
Yeah.
I dropped that shit in my Discord like ages ago because I didn't want it to be a big deal if they fucking like nudes or whatever, you know?
I always think it's
That's
so
just weird.
funny. I think it's so funny on Twitter when people have in their bio, they're like 18 and up, minors do not interact. And I literally just picture the minor just like evaporating into dust. Like they say,
Dying instantly.
It's like that. Like, what the fuck is that doing for you? Why would that do anything?
That is the most, I mean, that is obviously the most annoying Twitter base, though. The sub 18s are like, oh, God, I want to smash your head into like
I
a
know,
rock or
I
something,
know.
dude.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It really
Yeah.
is fucked up though, right? Because it's like, especially since like, depending on what circle of Twitter you're in, like people are casually horny or whatever. Like, so I can't be horny on main because of a million fucking reasons.
I've seen you be horny on
Okay,
main.
I am
Don't
often
even
horny on main.
lie.
However,
I've literally witnessed. I've only been following you for like a month because that's when we got to know each other, and I've already seen you be horny on main. So don't even come in here with
Okay,
that shit.
depending on whether or not I jerked off the last night, I try not to be horny on main. And like, but if you're like a sex worker or like you just have fat fucking titties and you're posting them or whatever, like imagine looking through your replies because you want the dopamine hit of people saying like, oh my God, they're so juicy. And then you see one person and then you click their profile and they're 15 or something. What the fuck do you do? You're like, fuck off. Like, do you like just insta block? It's like, fuck off. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's the mixed like social spaces have been like a huge problem. You see this at Smash tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're
For
big
sure.
into that the grooming world, dude. That's who people should be looking at, dude. The Smash fucking people, bro.
I think we have looked at them. We looked at them and we found problems. Is what we found.
For sure, yeah.
Considerably.
It literally felt like it was like the worst PR hit that Smash Bros could have possibly taken was that like all of the professional Smash Bros players were pedos. Like
It's Nintendo's fault because they never supported any of the fucking multiplayer tournaments or any of the external stuff that sprung up
Yeah,
around.
it was like almost all like underground shit.
Exactly. It was done independently, which means they had lower standards for protection of the people that were there. If Nintendo had supported the thing, they would have been able to like, you know, maintain a perceived good reputation.
There is something about Smash that turns you into a gross person. I never was like playing Smash like I must have sex with a 15-year-old, but when I was like really big into Smash, it was like, yeah, I don't need to shower. I don't need to shower. Like I can go a few weeks.
So what is the correlation? Like what does that mental pipeline look like where you're like
there's
playing
something
Smash
there because
and
like Mario's similar to Sonic where it like attracts a lot of autistic type people.
You learn to play Marth and immediately you're like, I must fuck 15 years.
Yeah, literally.
It's just like a instant like lizard brain. So personally, I think what happens is like, okay, and so I was actually really, really fucking good at Smash Brawl, which is like the worst competitive.
Dude,
here we
I
go.
don't.
Here we go.
I'm cutting this out of the podcast. I'm not going to let
That's
you
good. No,
embarrass
cut it out.
yourself that
Fine.
much.
Okay.
There
I'll
we
go
go.
another round.
That
Okay.
one sucked ass, dude.
Okay, I know it was too slow and the random tripping was fucked up. Okay, look.
Who did you play as?
I was a Wario player.
I love. Okay,
you're bringing it back.
Yeah,
I've always been a Wario player since Brawl, of course. But the problem is like you get good at Smash, and like you're a fucking loser, right? Like you suck. You get socializing because you play Smash all the time, and then like streaming becomes a thing, and being really good at Smash now suddenly makes you the envy of hundreds of thousands of people. And then you go to a con, and you, a person who has never been looked at by a chick before, is getting like eye fucked by a bunch of fans as you walk through.
He's
like,
so good as Wario.
Yeah, he's so good. His downbeat
There's
fart
no
timing
way.
is insane, bro.
Is that real?
And his brain is fucked, right? You have a problem with like all these guys with no social acumen suddenly get thrown in the spotlight, and then we get surprised when like they're fucking horrible to women or like they're predatory or whatever. And it's like there was no I don't know if the word oversight is right necessarily. I guess there was no like cultural a gate building or like fence keeping or something. Like maybe we shouldn't just expect somebody who's been a social outcast their whole life to be thrown into the good graces of a bunch of 15-year-old girls at conventions and assume things will work out.
I feel like that happened with Amos Yee when he got like popular. Like it was like kind of the same fucking shit, dude. This is so
I can't
dumb,
believe
but
that happened.
It made zero sense, dude. Anyone who's like, pedophilia is not bad. It's like, give this guy a platform. Let's make this guy famous. Like, I remember when that Wario Brawl was the first game he was in. Yeah. But I remember some people were so mad that they gave him that fart attack, and they were like, "You're purposely making Wario gross." Oh, we about to get a cat? Let me see a little puss on stream.
Why did they say it was Italian racism? Oh,
Beautiful. She can't get enough, bro.
I know.
Look at
Seriously,
this
she's
fucking
coming
bad.
back for more.
Look at this little sausage.
Look at that
Oh,
little
Is this the? How many
rotisserie.
cats do you have? Is it just one?
Oh, just two. This one, the big one. Sorry.
Is this the little bastard that scratches
Just
the chair?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
her. She does
okay.
it.
Dude, do you have to fucking? I don't know how Sphinx cats work. Do you have to like get her a sweater?
Yeah, we have. Wait, look. Ah.
I had
Tipsy
a
Vaush
buddy.
is so cute, bro.
I know
I'm
he's so
enjoying this.
cute.
Giggles.
Who's your Smash man? Do you man?
Oh, Wario and Luigi, bro.
Oh, look at
oh,
that.
God damn, bro.
See?
Your cat wears nicer shit than I do.
Damn.
That's fucking dope,
Seriously,
dude. What the
those
hell?
are fucking
I'm gonna
nice.
step my wardrobe up after this. Dude, people always say like, I wish I was a rich white person's Labrador. I wish I was Vaush's cat, dude. This thing is living the
For
life.
real, he's living the dream.
Yeah,
he
holy
just,
shit.
just walks around in bisexual lighting all day long. It's amazing.
You do kind of have like a bisexual lighting up. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, I mean, it is a good aesthetic. It's the
Trying to
Blade
get
Runner
Contra's
aesthetic
attention,
too.
huh?
But yeah, also I try to keep the blue behind me because pink behind flesh tones, unless you're black, makes you look kind of fleshy. But yeah, it's a good aesthetic.
You should just do what Harris and I
like
do
it.
and record with the worst fucking quality
Like,
ever.
literally
40-minute segments
in our
on
like
Zoom.
dungeon.
But you two
room.
are so attractive. It hasn't detracted at all from you.
You're gonna make me blush,
Listen,
sweetie.
Vaush,
gonna make
if
me
you
blush.
if you became the official third member of this podcast, we would be the most handsome podcast on.
In the
on-
future, bro, once
Oh.
Harris and I are a little bigger, I think we could go head to head with that shitty leftovers H3 Hassan show, bro. We'd blow them out of the water, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
for
would fuck
sure.
leftovers into the ground. We would just leave a cream pied pit into the dirt. There'd
I
be
don't-
no shot.
I don't know if
For
you'll
sure.
appreciate this, Vaush. You may have to condemn it because it's technically doxing. But the company I was working at, where we sent out little gifty bags to people, my boss called me in one day and was like, "Dude, look who we're sending something out to." And I look at it and it's like for Hassan, and he he like wrote the address down, and I was like, he never told me what he was gonna do, but I was like, I think he's gonna send him a bomb or something. But I'm in it, bro. I'm in it. Dude, I appreciate that you were the biggest leftist type guy I talked to who kind of agreed that Hassan should box Sam. I
Well,
was kind of shocked on that take.
to be fair, there's no way Sam would lose. I don't know anyone in the online space who would lose to Sam.
He
He's
is a brick
insane.
shithouse, dude.
He's
He's
a-
gonna fuck
Yeah.
someone
Well,
up.
did you
veiny sausage?
did you watch the fight? Did you watch him fight the other guy? Because like
I saw the fight. Yeah.
Okay, I watched the fight, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he looked that good.
He got
Like,
winded very quick.
He's a big dude. Like he's obviously built like a fucking brick house, but I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I'm not a boxer, so I'm sure it's fucking exhausting, but he looked winded really quick. Like he slowed down really quick.
The thing is, like, boxing is an incredibly demanding discipline. It takes a lot of
sure.
strength and skill and discipline. And the thing is, like, Sam Hyde is a fucking schizo. So I have the feeling that he is fully committed himself to being able to lift a rock and throw it 5 feet in front of him. But like all of the supplementary skills around effective boxing are probably being sort of waylaid in favor of the rock throwing technique. So
Yeah.
basically, you know, like if the game was keep away, like run away from Sam Hyde for 5 minutes, and if he doesn't touch you, you win. Like I think that's a good shot for Hassan. If it's getting punched by Sam Hyde and not instantly exploding, that's not one that I would take Sam Hyde up on.
No, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, I was actually kind of surprised when I watched the fight that they declared him the victor because like I don't
You thought
know.
it was even keel.
I don't know. I'm not again, I'm not like I'm not into boxing, so I don't really know the technicalities about it, but I was watching and I didn't think it was that clear cut that he even won. The other guy seemed more like cut out for the shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you think
don't
that it's got to be like a psychological thing, right? Though, right? Because like Sam Hyde's entire aesthetic is about mentally dominating you. Like he's made himself as unattractive and bestial as possible in an effort to win the fight before the fight
His
begins.
picture was so funny of him doing the fucking like Like, you know what I'm talking about, where he looks like
Yeah, yeah.
crazy and he's like,
Yeah.
like
The
he like,
Candyman.
looks
Yeah.
absolutely insane. Yeah, the
Dude, I
Candyman is
think a
such
lot
a
of
funny
people
name
want to
too.
act like he's a mean guy, but I think proof of him being a semi-nice guy is that shot that kept getting shared where he blew the fuck out of that guy with that one punch. As soon as it connects and that dude gets like rocked, Sam immediately, in his body language, you can tell is like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like it
Oh,
was
that's
like he
But
was
that,
interesting.
like
he didn't know if his
being
opponent was a
sweetie.
Jew, so he
Right.
Yeah,
so he was
that's right.
holding off. You know, he was like, "Wait,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
wait."
Dude,
Yeah,
what would it
that
take
shit's
to see
crazy.
Vaush in the ring, bro? I feel
I
like with
was gonna
like a
ask
few
that.
months of
I was about
training,
to
you could
ask.
rock some
I
people,
think
bro. How tall are you?
dude.
6'1"?
I think
I'm
one more
6'2".
one more
6'2".
bottle of
Ooh.
Moscato, and I think we'll get him in the ring. Honestly,
Yeah,
we don't
this
need
is the
to
real
see
Irishman
I've
over
almost
here,
reached
bro.
the apex of boxing
right
proficiency.
there.
Dude,
I
Harris and I were talking about how easy it would be to get a webcomic clash going because based on the people I've seen who reveal their bodies, I think Harris and me could fuck some people up in
Yeah,
the
most
Okay, I
webcomic
because like I did
universe.
used to box a decent amount.
Oh, really?
And like because a lot of it's just technique. Like how do you throw a punch? How do you like turn your head to not like give yourself a neck crick while
We're down
dodging a
to
punch or
6
whatever?
minutes, by the way. 6 minutes.
Oh shit.
I know.
Yeah, like
I
a lot
know.
of it's basic technique. I used to do a lot, but I'm really fucking out of shape. If I got super in shape though, like if I really dedicated myself to it for a while, I feel like I'd be probably one of the top contenders for like the online like politics, YouTube, whatever. At least I think I would. I don't really know. I think I could. Yeah, I think it's
I
possible.
think you could take Hassan, bro, because he looks pretty buff, but based on like the training videos I've seen, I think he's kind of soft.
If I get okay, I'll
You
say
know what
it.
I
If
want
I
to
had a
see?
year,
Vaush
I could
versus
take us on.
Destiny. I want to see Vaush versus
Yeah.
Destiny.
Well,
Bro,
that
you would
wouldn't be too much of a fight, right?
I
You would
know.
stomp that dude. You would stomp him.
He might there's like a lot of it is like schizo energy, right? He might fucking vibrate at me or some shit. He might just oscillate rapidly and just annihilate my internal organs. I have no idea.
His
He's
special
got
move, his down
because
knee.
I've met him. He's got a glint beneath his eyes. You know, he's got a, you know,
Does he? He gives me the
Mhm.
Napoleon complex vibes anytime I watch some shit on him, bro.
Yeah,
he just bring a
well.
rock in his pocket and just fucking hit me.
The secret. Filling up his
Uh,
boxing glove.
would you
Dude,
would
I'm
you
loving Giggly Vosh, bro. We
I
gotta
know,
get you a
Giggly
drink
Vosh.
anytime we have you on.
wait, what was the topic of debate that you're about to be on again? What is what's the debate
Andrew
about?
Men's
Tate's
rights.
deplatforming. I'm
Oh,
going to be
oh.
talking about like philosophy in a second. All right.
Oh, good God, man. Wait, what is the wait, what side are you on for Andrew Tate? Do you think he should or should not have been deplatformed?
Okay. I'm okay with terms of service people getting deplatformed. I think it's just like a matter of why. I don't think it's possible or desirable for there to be like a no holds bar, like anyone could post anything kind of thing. And like for Andrew Tate, like it seemed like he was just kind of it's from what I heard, like he was like ruining an entire generation of young men. And he was like spreading his message in
Like
like
Scott
really
Pilgrim did to women. Yeah.
exactly.
No.
Yes. Which we also should have deplatformed. And he was spreading like the way he was spreading his message too was like he didn't have the platform himself, but he would like use his existing money to like bribe people into posting his clips. And basically, like my main concern is like if you could let anyone do shit like that with no ability to ban or curtail that convo, like I think society is over. If you can just let anyone with a bit of money just like pyramid scheme their way into spreading any message anywhere, no matter how bad it is, we're fucked, dude.
That's
So
true.
I think it's okay to ban. Like, I think there's some like legit discussion on like corpo tech censorship shit that I'm like cool to have. But Andrew Tate was pretty fucking bad too. So
Well, dude,
yeah.
my girlfriend brought this up because, like, when that was like the big, what was that, like a month ago, when everyone was debating whether he should have been banned, but everyone was talking about his message. You know, you can't ban people for their message. But then she brought up like he's been banned before, so technically, who was breaking? Was that what you said? Terms of service or whatever? Maybe. You
Yeah.
already
Well,
mentioned it,
if
but-
that's the case too, like for YouTube, if YouTube you get banned, you just start another channel. Technically ban evasion, but you can do it like, oh, it's not me, it's my
the
media
Keemstar
group.
method, yeah, it's my corporation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the concern that I have is like you think about the hypothetical, right? Let's imagine that we live in a world where far right populist ideas are so popular, even if they're wrong and bad, that like they spread really easily, you know? And you could demonstrate that if they spread without restriction, society would basically just fucking crumble. Do you let society fall apart? Do you just you act in abstemiousness? You pull your hands back and you go, oh well, we can't do this because maybe the tech companies would ban some other thing that isn't as bad.
Digital nihilism.
Mhm.
We might live in this world. I am concerned. I don't think there are easy answers, but for this case, also he's such a fucking. So
Oh,
he's
you
such a
almost
fucking-
dropped it, bro.
You
almost
dude,
dropped
dude,
it.
I'm watching this debate. I'm gonna be tuning in, bro.
He's
I'm
such a
keeping an eye
gay
on you.
boy. It's like, oh, I'll teach you how to dominate women. And like Hassan goes on his thing. Hassan is not exactly the most aggressive human on earth, and he's like this frail little, if you keep ruining the vibe in here, I'm going to have to kick you, sir. And
Yeah,
meanwhile, he's like encouraging this 17-year-old girl in the call to be bred by her boyfriend or something. Like, it's just like, oh, you know what? Purely for comedic value, should this guy get banned? Yes, fuck him. Whatever. Fuck ethics.
Yeah.
Fuck ethics.
I mean,
Whatever. Fuck him.
I'm pretty sure that Andrew Tate like violated the terms of service of like real life when he beat his like wife. Didn't he?
Well,
like,
dude,
beat
there's
his
been a
girlfriend?
bunch of-
IRL
Like,
There's been a bunch of stuff where they like, some of the chicks came out and said they like liked it or whatever. But dude, I did watch some of those videos too, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, what is
even
this
the
shit?
way, dude, there's some guys you see who are into that domination type stuff, and it's like they seem like men, like don't look me in the eyes or whatever. But he was like, now say why daddy hit you. Tell everyone why daddy hit you, and it's like,
just
dude,
ain't
this
right.
is what
There's-
the fuck?
I'm sure.
What?
I'm sure you both know this.
Sub
because-
minute, by the way, we're down to our last
Less
minute.
than a
I'm
minute.
sure you both know this because you both get laid 24/7. But like, there's such a big difference between guys who are dominant because it's like a legit kink, and guys who are dominant because they're terrified of women
Yes,
and they need
yeah,
to
100%.
express that
Yeah.
in a way, because look, it's been fucking phenomenal talking to you both. I gotta kick up some research.
I always love
Uh,
talking to Vaush. Bro, please, good luck in your debate. Don't drink anymore. Eat some bread.
I'm
But,
done. I'm done.
Any,
Drink some
this is
water.
going to go up on the Cold Cuts channel, but any Armenian and Greek fans we have, DM Vaush. He's
True,
Yes.
and check out the Cold Cuts channel. Everyone who's watching, yes,
You're
please.
gonna make me blush.
Thank you so much for having us on, Vaush, and thanks for joining us.
You
This
had
is
me on.
honorary third member of the pod.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, have a
We'll
good
see you
debate,
again,
dude.
brother.
Talk
God
soon.
bless.